Hello, I'm the DM, and you're listening to Campaign 2 of Fools and Flagons, The Tales of Archeron. We livestream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Fools&Flagons. That's Fools, the letter N, Flagons, every Friday at 7 p.m. Central for Tales of Archeron and 6 p.m. Central for Storm King's Chaos. If you'd like to join our community and talk not just about D&D, but other games as well, consider joining our Discord. The links can be found below in the description. Do you like us? Like, really, really like us? Consider donating to our coffee page at ko-fi.com/Fools&Flagons. The links can also be found in the description. Donations and memberships are never required and always appreciated. We have no gated content for members only, and all proceeds go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it helps to keep the podcast alive and well. Are you ready for some D&D? All right then. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for the Fools and Flagons podcast.
Grab your drink and raise your glass. Make a mess and kick some ass. Dungeon Master has no chance. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Raid the dungeons and slay the dragon. Sharpen your sword and prep your wagons. There'll be death and tons of magic. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Time for Fools and Flagons. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
What are you doing in here? Just some gay stuff.
What the fuck? Hi,
Apparently somebody hasn't
everyone.
watched the movie.
Hello.
Hello, kids.
Oh no.
Hi,
It's-
kids. Do you like violence?
It's gonna be a night. Well,
Hi,
hello everyone, and welcome to Fools and Flagons. We're back playing the Tales of Archeron, a homebrew campaign made up entirely by me, where James creeps me the fuck out. Hooray!
My real boy, Papa.
Well, yeah, so hello, welcome to the stream. We've got a nice fancy new layout. If anybody sees anything that's out of the ordinary while we're doing stuff, let me know so I can fix it. But we want to thank you for those of you watching us live for your follow, subscriptions, and bits here on Twitch. We do apologize that we will not be, and bitches, we will not be verbally recognizing your bitches so that we do not interrupt the flow of the story. But someone somewhere here will be watching the chat and they will probably have full-blown conversations with you when it's not their turn to fight. We do want to give a big thank you to Martyr, Gelatinous Cube, and Cargo for being tavern members over on our coffee page. And if you like what we do and you would like to support us in any way, go check it out. Coffee page in the chat and down below in the description. Any and all proceeds go back to making Fools and Flagons what it is.
Unless we're poor.
Well, I wouldn't say we're poor. I started this venture knowing that it was probably going to be coming out of my pocket. And then people said, hey.
I will show Leggy.
Still alive.
I love it. It was like, bitch, no, you won't.
Nim's like, I don't approve.
we did not talk about this in the contractual
Leggy.
obligations.
See, this is the Leggy. You get a clothed
No, that
Leggy.
is mine. You put that down.
We'll have to turn.
Whoa.
You get leggy, but leggy's in parentheses.
Okay. So apart from claiming legs, does anyone else have anything they want to announce or talk about? Okay.
Negatory El Capitan.
Cool. let's get on into it then. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Yeah, I have little bottle of pop.
Mucinex.
Oh, radioactive piss. I got it. Alrighty. So, last we left off, the Tempests headed deep underground to remove what they assumed was the source of the blight afflicting the Takatari Empire, a colossal worm-like creature that had been digging its way into every corner of the continent. They had already succeeded in eliminating one of its nests, where twisted beings were incubating, as Esau holds up a cat. Snuffing the life from these creatures, the Tempests went to rest in a nearby ruined outpost, where they had a horde of undead Duergar sent after them. Successfully repelling the attack, the party investigated the second nest and found it barren, save for one malformed corpse. Within this corpse's skull was a crystallized bit of brain matter that seemed capable of tracking these creatures, and Zaan, further cementing the reality that the Rabbit Man was related to these creatures in some way.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Moriko took the crystal and used it to help them navigate towards more of the creatures, which eventually led them into the underground Duergar city. Moving through the corrupted, flesh-covered streets, the party was ambushed by more fully formed aberrations of the sort they'd killed within the nest. With a few close calls, the creatures were dealt with, only to have their progenitor finally emerge from within the earth. The colossal beast is now on the hunt, knowing that the Tempests were there somewhere. So, we rejoin them now as they try to recover from the ambush and decide what their next steps are. So, what's the plan?
You have one thing to add.
Mm-hmm.
That celestial that I had is gone. I don't think I can pass a saving throw to not have it disappear.
Yeah.
They'd have to beat a 70 or something like that.
If you can roll 2 natural 20s in a row, I'll let you keep concentration on it.
1.
Are you serious?
Oh.
I'm gonna laugh. It's worth another one.
20. The first one was a natural 20. The second one was a 5. Like fucking shit. I was about to be like, well.
That would have been amazing. I would have been very annoyed, but also very impressed.
So, yeah, Zaan's fucking
Vertical?
horizontal.
No, he's vertical.
He's
Vertically.
horizontal on the ground, barely moving.
Vertically horizontal.
Went from vertical to horizontal quick.
Can I cast speak with animals? Just to see if it's like an animal talking.
Which animal?
The worm.
Oh, it's multiple blocks away.
If it's big, it would be yelling.
You can
Okay.
certainly try.
Nope, too late.
Trying to save you a spell slot. So, some of you are hurt. Some of you have taken no damage whatsoever, I think. What's the plan? You gonna go after it? You gonna try to find a place to hide and recuperate? What's going on?
Rico's staying in
require-
Earth Elemental forms for now.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting to do something. God damn it.
There was my second 20.
I'm sorry, Lakin, you were saying something?
I'm just saying that I only require a small amount of rest to be fully operational.
Zaan just.
mean-
"Ugh."
Quietly.
I can sit by. Like, I'm okay if we have to stop.
Away from here, though.
Where, though?
I say we find somewhere to bunker down, take a second to rest, and then search out this fucker.
Well, I'm sure he knows where we are.
That's why I say somewhere else. He knows we're here, but not quite where.
Do you think, Kasumi, if the creature did know exactly where we were, it would just come down here and eat us?
Yeah, probably.
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
Well, not yet. Could be getting ready to.
I can see it. It's right there.
We should still move and not stay in the same spot. We just killed some of its spawn.
Lakin, as you point towards it, the eyeless face seems to turn somewhat in your direction. You have that brief sphincter clenching moment where it does pass its gaze over you. And then it starts to move kind of in a angle, generally in your direction, but not directly at you. It is definitely searching.
I believe it is blind.
Okay.
Then let's quietly move.
Where?
Let's go on that way, right? Let's go that way. Like, say it's
We're gonna
going...
go that way.
Say it's going southeast, we'll go northwest.
We're in like a dilapidated city, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are the structures somewhat still standing, or are most of them like completely rubble?
Little of both. It's a bit difficult to tell exactly what state they're in because a lot of the structure has been consumed by that creeping fleshy substance.
Yeah. We could try to go back further where there's less of this gross, sticky stuff and then try to find shelter inside one of the buildings.
DM, if we go back the way that we came, would it cross paths with the way that it's coming?
Yes.
I think we need to move deeper. Because it's searching the outskirts right now. We need to move deeper.
Okay, well, you can take the lead.
I grab the kobold.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Lead the way, Moriko.
Moriko's going to keep note of like where the worm is going and go the opposite direction of it.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular as far as a place to hide?
Just a solid structure that we can bunker down. All of us that can fit.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
Just a straight d20?
Just a straight d20.
$14.
14. Okay. You lead the group for a while. Are you all being stealthy, I'm assuming? Then I need...
Zaan's
Yes.
limping the best that he can.
I need
I
stealth
grab the
checks.
bunny.
Okay, I need stealth checks from the three of you then.
Okay.
What is stealth under? Because she's still in earth elemental form.
Dexterity.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Can't you earth glide?
Yes.
"22, Dungeon Master, with a natural 20.
Ooh, filthy boy.
Oh, I'm nasty.
Kasumi?
25, which is the lowest I can possibly roll.
Me.
Look at me, I'm a rogue.
Look at me doing the thing I'm supposed to be really good at. That's all point and make fun of Kasumi.
It's okay, because she's not there.
What?
The worm has eaten Kasumi.
Moriko.
Well, considering I have a -1, it's not that bad. 15.
Oh, okay.
My dice are being nice to me so far. When will that end? Probably my next roll.
Okay. Okay. Overall, as a group, it's a success. So you all begin moving along as quietly as you can. Moriko, maybe not as quietly as she would like or is used to being, as she thumps her way around. It's not like the heavy like rock on rock thump, but it's the heavy footfalls on the rubbery flesh ground that sends ripples, like when you're just, hitting someone in the arm. But eventually your little pebbly eyes find what looks to be a sort of tea house. The only reason that you know that it's a tea house is because the sign has a picture of a teacup. But leading up to that tea house, you see that there's a bit of the corrupted ground that is split open, kind of like this, and it looks like there's a cellar.
It looks about as good as any.
Okay. So, pulling open the doors with your giant rocky fists, there's a scent of long since burnt wood, just charcoal. But there's also hints of the pleasant smells of teas that you've had before. Not in the good, like it's brewed in water kind of way, but just that kind of aromatic,
herbalescent.
Yeah, incensey kind of smell, but it smells like the teas that you've had before, especially you, Kasumi. And it's fairly calming in a way. And when you get down into the cellar, you see that in this particular space, the fleshy corruption seems to stop right at the edge of the charred stone. It's very dry, it's very dark.
Is it dark for me?
Oh, no, it's bright as day for you.
Once we get down to the cellar to rest, Moriko's gonna go back to normal form and just sit.
I need 1 hour to recuperate my strength.
Okay.
Then I will take watches while the rest of you get rest. Lakin drops down to his knees, and this green aura draws from the ground, the desiccated corpses around him as he draws in the remainder of their life essence. Or something of that effect.
He just goes full filter feeding the...
I'm gonna do this.
I like to use a bendy straw when I eat people's souls. I'm a good guy.
It's kind of metal. Okay. So is the plan to take a long rest or a short rest?
I'd say short.
I'm pretty sure we haven't taken a long rest since I've used dice, and I'm pretty sure, if my notes are correct, I used 8 of them. So.
Well, how many total do you have? Don't you have like
one per level?
Or something?
13.
Oh, so you have
total,
13.
so I have 5. And I am currently sitting on 3 health.
Wow.
The monster hit me for all of my health. Every single bit of it, other than 3.
Have you tried not getting hit by the thunder?
I only got hit once. That's all that mattered.
I'm just.
Should have been standing there.
I'm not sure how likely we will be to get a full rest uninterrupted. I mean, we could try. But if this thing is blind, then it probably has better senses in other areas.
Let's aim for a short rest and I can heal you, Zaan.
Okay.
Okay. So going for a short rest. Due to the conditions of the place you have found to hide, you get 1 extra hit die to restore health on a short rest.
Oh! Ooh, I got an 8 on my D8.
So, you all sit down
Horn wants it.
and you relax as best as you can.
Better than nothing, I guess.
You do hear the far distant rumblings as this creature patrols around the area trying to find wherever you are. But they seem to still be fairly distantly away.
Short rest achieved.
Mm-hmm.
All spell slots back.
Wait, how long is a short rest?
An hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
Okay.
I thought it was 4 hours.
1 hour.
Just waiting for everyone to be good.
I was having to do math.
No, you're fine.
I didn't have to do a lot of math. Not rolling great tonight.
Dom, Herman, Iggy, just Dom, Herman, and Iggy fall to the ground.
Okay. So that leaves us with Oswald and Yuri.
I have Cal, Oswald, Rex, and Yuri. 2 of the
Okay.
bone guys.
Oh, yeah. The skeletons are on another page.
My bone boys.
Okay. Right. So the hour goes by in a very slow, stressful crawl, with the occasional rumblings of the ground as the creature moves in a certain proximity compared to you that is enough to shake the foundations of the building you are hiding underneath. But so far it does not seem to have gotten terribly closer. After the hour has passed, what are you all doing?
Moriko's gonna look at Zaan. How much more hurt are you?
One arm still twisted in an odd direction as everything else is fine. It's like,
Let's just put it this way. I rolled 6 dice and I still don't have more than 20 health. I said I didn't roll well.
Zaan, I don't know if I remember correctly. Don't you have any of those fancy potions that help with your spells?
They cannot they can't give me anything back that I don't have.
Oh.
I have lots of low-level ones. I've got none of the ones that are going to make a difference against that.
Looking at the dour condition that Warrior Zaan is in, Lakin will approach.
Warrior Zaan, I have a very personal question to ask you.
Uh-huh.
Should you fall in this great battle, do you wish for me to hold on to your mortal coil?
Motherfucker just asked if I want to be a zombie.
No. No. Not as you see these fine instruments here. I'm talking about your soul. I can hold it in safekeeping.
So you want to know if I want to stay here or go to Valhalla?
Your choice.
Yeah, we'll find out when that comes. I don't know.
I will take that as a yes.
Zaan, come here. She's gonna go over to Zaan and cast heal on him.
Oh shit.
Damn.
70 HP right to the dome.
Yeah.
As he's like, I don't know if I want you to save my soul, Moriko just tapped him on the shoulder. Yeah?
Bonk. That crooked arm just goes.
Get better, nerd.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
Oh.
Is that a 5th level or is that a 6th level? It's a 6th level. Yup.
By the way, that goes for all of you. If you wish,
You
I
have
can
my
hold on to
permission.
your soul. Gangster.
I
Zaan's
don't
gonna,
think that would work out the way you think it would with me.
Zaan's gonna cast Cure Wounds on himself as well. Don't really have much of a choice here. I am not doing well.
Pez, you up for a soul save?
Yeah.
All right.
Just put it in a rock.
7. That's 8.
While we're still figuring this
Remember
out,
that spell
Mariko's
that I
gonna.
have, right? I was just saying, you remember the spell that I have, right? Man.
Yeah, I'm aware. Go ahead, Moriko.
Mariko's going to pull out the shiny to check the location of the beastie.
The crystal?
Okay, shiny.
Yeah.
+5.
She's calling it her shiny.
I mean, fair.
The shiny.
The shiny.
The shiniest of shinies.
You see. Hold on just a second.
I need 2d6. Features and traits. How does this work?
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm looking up the item again.
Okay. You regain.
I have it pulled up too, so I can get what you're trying to tell me.
Oh, I need a D3. A D3. Oh, D6.
So you see
6.
the fairly faint red pointing towards Zaan, and you see another beam that is almost just a straight line, just slowly moving one direction and then moving back as you're just holding the crystal, and it seems to be going back around. Just as you're sitting still, it's just moving.
Okay.
And where Zaan's is kind of like a small little wiggly thing, this is just like a like it is, looks like it's trying to burrow its way out of the crystal almost, is the intensity of this beam.
I'm as healed and as spell ready.
So
as
is that like the closest one or the second closest?
Make an insight check
Distance.
for me. Insight
Okay.
or
Guidance.
you know what? No. Hold on. Make an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the guidance of +4?
Plus a D4.
D4? Okay.
D4.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, 22. 23.
23. Where normally the beams seem to be based on proximity, judging by the fact that Zaan is sitting right beside you and the beam is relatively weak, versus having seen the size of the beast and how far away it was, and how you're off and on feeling the world around you rumbling, it seems in this particular instance to be more a immensity of self. This creature is just so large, and this crystal, whatever it was inside this thing's head, seems to be almost tied to the worm thing that's out there. That it has more of a propensity to know where its boss is versus maybe some of its targets or fellows, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Targets.
hey, Moriko.
What color is the arc?
Red.
What color is Zaan's?
It's also red, but a little bit duller. Just, it's not as bright.
Okay.
What's that
Okay.
mean?
Don't worry about it.
No, what's that mean?
Don't worry
What color were
about
the
it.
other ones?
Don't worry about it. I know things. Moriko doesn't know things, but I know things.
Moriko.
What?
Is this the stone talking to you again?
It's not talking, I'm just following the path of the thing.
No, that I get, but you had mentioned it had talked before, or you could hear something through it. Is it doing that again?
She's gonna hold the shiny up to her ear.
No, it has been quiet since the last time you heard the whispers of it supposedly talking to the other creatures around.
It's quiet now.
Where it had said, what was the last thing it said? Do
I
not
think you
kill,
DM'd me
I
it.
will unravel their life myself, bind the one born of the master, break their hope, not their bones, the scourge returns soon. That was the last you heard anything coming from the crystal.
All good things.
I think the voice was that thing that latched onto you, not specifically the worm.
It's worth a shot to ask you.
Fair.
So,
Who's ready to kill a creeping god?
Well, I can do it on mental form again, so that's good.
Are you back in Moriko form? Is that what you were when you took the rest, or did you stay in the rock?
Yes. Before resting, she went back to Moriko.
And then did you hit dice?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way I have a whole
I
fresh
assumed
elemental.
I assumed that was the case, but I figured I should have checked on that.
No. She knew what she was doing.
Yes, Pez?
Well, we were doing a short rest, which took an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been able to attune to something.
Yeah, that's plenty of time to attune.
I'm going to use my 4th attunement slot.
Okay.
Doom guy.
Attune to
That's right,
knock down
Artificer.
gloves.
Okay. So while everyone is laying down, relaxing, and maxing all cool, Pez is just kind of... Okay. What's the plan?
Are we sure we have to kill this thing? We can't convince it to either go away or kill itself.
I think this is like the thing we killed in, I'm blanking on the country named Aslan.
Minus the tits.
I don't remember having tits.
Ashley. Wait, what?
But we fought in the capital. And then Pez went corpse diving in it afterwards.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I know.
I know a creature you speak of, but it did have, as Pez has said, testicles.
You guys are
said
thinking of the
tits.
Kraken. Because the Kraken one had titties. The one in the capital didn't have titties.
You didn't fight it in the capital, by the way.
Close enough.
I was about to say, that was what was cute, because I'm sitting here like, I don't remember that.
No. You fought the Wrath near oh fuck, I'm just blanking on the name. Give me a second.
You know what I mean, though.
So, this isn't the last thing that we fought with Moriko, because I thought that was.
No, that's what you guys fought on the ship well before I
Oh,
joined
you
the
were talking
campaign.
about that thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The thing
that
that
wasn't
went
the capital.
invisible.
Yeah, that was
The thing
where...
that ate hamburger.
Yeah,
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 you
that was
fought
the
it
thing.
at Chichimek.
yeah, the corpse
Okay.
place.
Yeah, the one that Moriko made terrified.
Yes.
You think that those other two critters could have been the spawn of this? Or this the spawn of the one of those?
Or siblings.
I have a way to ask, but I don't want to do it.
I don't think this thing can be reasoned with.
No, I wasn't going to ask that creature. I can technically go home at any time.
If you want to talk to your family, you can. I won't stop you.
Smile on the DM's face is like, fucking do it, I dare you.
I don't have the other coaster I have is in the living room, but it says beware the smiling DM.
Did Discord, hello?
Yeah.
Yep,
oh,
there it
there
is.
you go.
It froze. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
say
you were
that
froze
again.
on a.
Yeah, DM, say that again. Sorry, Discord.
Oh, I said that I don't have the right coaster in here. It's in the living room, but the other coaster that I have says beware the smiling DM.
Yeah, very much not wanting to do what I was suggesting.
What are you guys doing? I can only narrate so far. I need something.
At this point, it's either we sit in here until it inevitably finds us, or we go out there and handle it face to face.
And it finds us.
Yes.
Either way, we're gonna have to kill this thing.
So kill it now or kill it later.
Lakin walks over to one of the fallen zombies and pulls out a rib. Cracks the rib in half and lights the tip with green flame till it becomes burnt. Then you see him drawing upon his face black runes and shading the eyes.
This only ends one way.
It's just, do we do it now? Or do we sit here and try to rest for it to then bombard us?
It's your guys' choice.
I think it's more your choice because you are the one that's more injured.
I'm as healed and as spelled up as I can. My most powerful spells are gone, so
Okay.
there's only so much I can do, but I mean,
Then what are we waiting for?
Moriko. Will you be able to keep the creature's attention with your large elemental forms?
Well, to be honest, I was gonna ask you guys what you think would be better. I have air, water, earth, and fire.
Well, that's interesting because you think it's blind? Do we think it's blind?
It appeared to look straight at us, but passed over us. I believe it has limited vision, if any at all.
So anything that would make a lot of noise would be frowned upon, because it would probably then hone directly on it. Unless we want you to be loud, so then you would be the focus.
But I can only keep that form until my elemental form loses health, and then I'm back to my squishy self. And I can only use the form once.
Only one more time today?
Well, I can only use it once usually, but since I got my rest, I can do it again.
oh, don't we have a stick of dynamite?
I thought we used it. Or do we have another one?
I have one.
So, hear me out. We set a trap using the dynamite, and then ambush the creature when it doesn't expect it.
We could try to make something like loud.
Yeah, it sends the dynamite.
Well, no, we want to wait until it is over the dynamite to set it off. You want to try to draw it out first.
So, how would you draw it to the dynamite without sound and not being by the dynamite?
I have something.
Listening.
My wand of conducting.
I don't know what that is.
It's a stick that
Go on.
has 3 charges, and while holding it, I can use an action to extend one of its charges to create orchestral music by waving it around. The music can be heard out of a range of 60 feet.
But you have to be holding it. It comes from you.
Or my mage hand can hold it.
What's the range of mage hand?
I actually might have something that could assist. It's been a while. Does anyone remember the T-Rex that I conjured out of the air when we were fighting the Duke?
Not even a little bit. But please continue.
Vividly.
Oh, but it was so cool. How do you not remember that?
I vividly remember it.
See?
Not the one you went diving in the corpse of. This was a different one.
Yeah, we've killed a T-Rex. We've fought tentacle monsters, boobed tentacle monsters, and eyeball tentacle monster. There's a giant undead. To be fair, there's a lot of big things that we see. It just kind of slipped my mind. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you, Pez. Anyways, I have the ability to make a large illusion of a creature or being that can make those similar sounds that could try to draw its attention, and then once it gets closer to the illusion, then you can throw the dynamite at it.
I mean, ultimately, you're just wanting to use the dynamite as a weapon, as I was just suggesting to use it as the noise to draw it. So ultimately, we're trying to do the same thing.
But then you couldn't hurt it. I'm confused.
I want to use the dynamite to hurt it.
Right.
I was just suggesting using the dynamite to make noise to draw it.
No, we can make noise right now. I'll just pull out my shotgun and pull the trigger.
Yes, and then the creature would come right to us.
If I can create a distraction, that would give us the advantage, which is something I am very familiar with, looking for opportunities during fighting. But it would give you guys all also the opportunity to get that leg up.
This illusion, is it solid? Could we attach the dynamite to it, and then I could snipe the dynamite while it's inside the mouth the monster's gob?
No, physical, if you physically touch it, it'll show that it's an illusion. But until you physically touch it, it looks real and sounds real.
Could put the stick of dynamite behind the critter that you conjure.
You could. It can be up to, I think, 20 feet tall.
I just need, from what Blaken said, it just needs to hear it. Apparently,
Right.
the creature is blind, so size is inconsequential.
Well, that's just in case it's not blind. It's still a large, threatening thing. So what do we think would be a good creature to spawn? Rico, you seem to be pretty familiar with creatures. What's a scary creature that might threaten a worm?
A big bird.
That's what I was thinking. Just like a big fucking bird.
Like a rock or something.
You can summon a Quetzal, like a huge Quetzal, like I flew us down the sinkhole with. Those things are scary.
I don't think Quetzals hunt worms.
Worms this big, yeah.
Well,
Why not a giant?
Protein is protein.
a giant?
They are native to this land.
I don't know. Has Kasumi ever seen a giant? I'm trying to look back on my memory from the 105 sessions that we've played.
You did fight one on your way to the capital in Takatari on the dirt road. You fought a couple.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I turned one into a
my
statue.
brain fucking is lapsing on my own lore.
I turned one into a statue. I remember now. There's now a giant emerald statue in the middle.
Decor. Scenery.
Road marker. Landmark.
Okay. I guess I could do a giant and have it stomping its feet and roaring, growling. They growl, right?
Roaring is right.
Okay.
I would say more gurgling.
Okay.
Pez, I could deliver your dynamite if you wish.
You could, but
Suicide bomber.
was there a map?
Baby, just use your normal voice.
Is there a map of the city?
Pez, what happened to your voice?
He's speaking Draconic. Leave him alone.
It's much
He,
more. It's much more
he inhaled
gusto.
some spores. He'll be all right.
It is all right. I can speak Draconic.
I love it.
None of you have a map.
Were we
I'd
able to
say
see
we
like
just-
a?
We could just look for a clearing that perhaps we could get some good advantage points and some people hiding.
How long is the fuse for the stick?
Couple seconds.
I'm-
No more than 10.
Dynamite can be triggered, longer fuse to explode, 1 to 6 rounds. How long is 1 to 6 rounds?
6 seconds.
Minute. 6 seconds. Wow.
6 seconds per round.
Yeah, so a minute. If I were to do 6 rounds.
No.
That'll be 36
That's
seconds.
10 rounds.
Yeah.
Yep. Look, math. Brain.
It's okay. You're on the one ingredient from meth right now.
Yeah. Just what we need. A methed out kobold.
Yep.
Stream title right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to chuck the dynamite down its gob, you can. Pretty sure internal combustion would hurt it.
Ooh.
I was also thinking about going inside the worm.
Why would you do that?
I have a feeling you had the same idea I did, but I just thought it was a really bad idea.
I mean, you two could party on the inside.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hmm.
That.
Can I get your guys'
Where's-
opinion?
Listening.
I'm just trying to figure out which best elemental form to take. Because I have 3 that are prime candidates. I have Earth. Big tank, heavy, kinda heavy hitter, but it doesn't move very fast. I have my water, which is the mid-range. I can overwhelm it with currents, but I don't know if it'd work on something this size. And then I have fire, which sets everything I touch on fire, but it's not as strong. It doesn't have as much constitution.
I think perhaps we should see what affects this target. For if you were to change it to one of those elements and it would have some resistance or immunity, it would hamper you.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like, you could kind of stay off on the side, throw some magic at it, a few different types, and then once you kind of see which one hurts the most, then you could take on that element.
Pez and I can stand at the forefront.
If Pez can stand the hits.
I'm small.
He can stay behind me and only come out to take his shots.
Okay.
Well, if we want to go try to find a good spot, that way people can get set up and before I make our little giant appear.
You want to do this in front of a building? Like, on top of a building?
Yes,
Preferably
if
not.
You can do it in front. No. If you do it in front of a large building, you can throw the dynamite at the building, and the building can fall on the creature.
This is 1 stick of dynamite, not 100.
Yes, have you seen the condition of these buildings?
They are also made of stone.
It's just an idea.
We are banking a lot on 1 stick of dynamite, when our powers alone can muster much damage.
Hmm?
We need to get it to where Kasumi can hit it from the shadows, or Moriko can assault it with storms, and where the 3 of us can engage with it and bloody melee.
Well,
Just
I'm
so he walks
inspired.
outside. Kasumi walks back up to the surface level and outside.
Okay.
Moriko follows.
Must be stored in a jar or flask.
Cassius, get in the flask.
Okay.
Get in the flask. Cassius, get in the flask.
Okay.
Now I want to watch little
Kasumi,
Nikki.
right? Kasumi and Moriko, I've pulled you to the next scene. If you want to begin taking your gamble to search around and not be found.
Okay. Kasumi is gonna stealth, and she is going to move south.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
I guess guidance
Okay.
Did you go outside with
on
her?
the pink one. As like before they left, I cast
okay.
guidance on the pink one.
Got it. So, Moriko, you have guidance thing.
Go.
I said, go.
All right, Kasumi, what was your stealth roll?
27.
27.
I am also going to stealth.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me then, please.
Gotta add a D4 to it there. Isa.
Set the D4 aside for now.
There
Whoa.
in case you need it. Hey, oh. Bippity bop.
I don't.
My dice yeeted itself and rolled a natural 20.
Okay. So Moriko basically goes outside and Lakin's like, good luck, girl. Slaps her on the ass and she just disappears.
I killed her. No.
All right. So we're going to do this in a slightly turn-by-turn basis. So only move your characters as far as you can go, or however far you're planning on going. Keeping in mind that you're stealthing, so your movement's going to be halved.
Oh, it's gonna be halved?
Yes, if you were stealthing, you were going slower. Now, granted, you have your ability, you both can action dash. Kasumi, you can bonus action dash. So theoretically, you know, you could do what, 45 feet of movement?
30. So.
If you did all three, though. Your
Your
action dash, bonus action dash, and your regular movement, you would be able to get 45.
Yes, but she's gonna stay by Moriko.
Gotcha. So, how are you guys planning on... You're both going towards the south.
Yeah,
Yes.
I moved my 30 feet before you told us to do turn-based, so
Okay.
sorry.
No, you're fine. This is just to keep track of things that are going on while other things are happening, because there is a giant creature looking for you.
Yep.
So... Sorry, hang on. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. So, a lot of the structures here are very, very dilapidated. There's rubble just littering the streets. Looking ahead of yourself, you can kind of see open doorways, and you can see where there are some, like there's been walls that have been knocked down. And it looks like further to the south, there might be a decent little pavilion-y kind of, or like a small square, maybe. It's a little difficult to see from where you are at the moment. Do you want to keep going to the south?
Wait,
Yes,
DM.
that's me.
Can Moriko pull out the shiny
Yes.
to see which direction the thing is coming from?
Yes. So, looking at your shiny, the beam is pointing in that direction.
Okay. Mariko's going to keep the shiny out for now, so both her and Kasumi can keep track of where the thing is, at least the general direction of the thing.
Okay. All right. So continuing to move straight south.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming you're going your normal 30.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking in sync. All right. Okay. Moriko, at the moment, you're seeing it in that direction.
I'm also, like, while making sure that I'm keeping an eye on that, I'm also scanning the area.
What in particular are you guys looking for, so that I can give you better examples of what you're seeing?
Looking out for any movement.
Okay.
To be on alert. But potentially I'm kind of... Kasumi's looking for a somewhat open area that would be a good place for a potential ambush.
Okay.
And Mariko's just keeping an eye out for the beastie.
Okay. Well, it is your turn again. Which direction are you heading?
South.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ah, perfect.
Okay. Moriko, you're getting a sense that it's coming from that direction.
Okay.
Kasumi's gonna lean very close to Moriko and speak in a whispered tone. I think this is our spot.
She's just gonna nod silently in return.
Kasumi does like a little hand gesture. She's like pointing up, like, and the buildings around us, are any of them just like one story, or is there anything that's a little bit elevated that we could potentially get to?
Most of the structures here that seem to be stable enough to have a roof still are single stories.
Okay, and that's perfect.
As you get to this particular wall right here, this hole seems to be the size of the creature that had come out of the ground. Like, it has quite literally been through here. Like, these buildings did not stop it moving.
Okay. Yeah. She is... can we still... Are you guys... I'm trying to remember, did the rest of the group stay underground?
None of the others said that they were coming outside.
I would have come outside, but, like, probably after they left, slowly, quietly.
Well, it's only been about 12 seconds since they left. So
Yeah, I'll probably walk outside.
Okay.
they run around the corner. He's like, "Ugh, they're taking so long. I guess I'll go look too."
I'll be right back. I really need to pee.
Yep, good luck.
Okay.
All right. So Zaan, you peek your head out, and it's pretty dark. It's not like dark. You can still see some things, but you can't see them.
Oh, shit.
If I look back, can I see Zaan? I have dark vision.
Yeah, you see the little white ears sticking up out of the cellar doors.
Okay. I am going to cast Dancing Lights and kind of send a few motes towards him.
How far along?
I have 120 foot for the range, so she's just gonna kind of like have them start trailing back down the little alleyway, or the little,
Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll do
the little way towards him.
right. Here, just for Zaan's purposes, that should help him out. I don't
Yeah,
remember if it's
basically made like an airline strip.
Yeah.
Seems like a trap.
This way.
Big creature trying to lure me into its trap. I will. If I see the lights, I will put 2 and 2 together and probably start walking that direction.
Okay.
Quietly.
Lakin.
Okay.
Pez.
Are we following?
Yeah.
All right. The kobold and I move as one.
Are you guys being stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, make some stealth checks for me.
Where have you been this whole fucking time? 21.
21. Okay.
17.
Okay.
24.
24. You were really stealthy on Lakin's shoulder. He's a great distraction for you.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
That's what I do.
All right, if you guys are stealthing, it will be half movement speed. So
25.
okay. So do you go straight to them, Kasumi, Moriko, as they are heading towards you? Are you two doing anything?
Kasumi is staying there to make sure she sees them catching on to the signal.
Mm-hmm.
And once one of them gets within 10 feet, she's gonna start doing some silent gestures. So I'll wait until they're closer.
Okay. So. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't actually move you guys over here. I apologize.
Just wondering.
Nope. I'd forgotten.
I don't know what's happening.
I'd forgotten that I hadn't done that yet. That was my bad. So Lakin and Pez move 15. Zaan moves. There we go.
Oh. God damn it.
Okay. So they're waiting for you guys to catch up. So it'll take you 3-4 turns to catch up.
Move about
So are you guys action dashing or are you guys just walking?
This ground isn't covered in the slowy goo stuff.
It's not in the slowy goo, but it is the kind of fleshiness. So it's a little jiggly, but it does not restrain your movement.
So yes,
I'll action dash with the kobold.
Same. I'll probably action dash as well.
So okay. So you all eventually catch up. As you catch up to them, you do hear a somewhat close rumbling noise. Moriko, the sound seems to be coming from that direction compared to you.
Reiko's going to, double check the crystal and point in that direction.
Okay. Kasumi is going to do the eye signal and point towards the building that's to our right. So the one opposite of the one with the sound.
So you're pointing to this structure here or this structure?
This
That
one.
structure. Okay.
Yep. So Kasumi's gonna go and climb up to the roof.
Okay. Again, we'll just kind of have to fudge make believe because I don't have a rooftop just yet. But you will be about 30 feet off the ground. It's a little weird climbing this because it's all squishy, fleshy stuff, but at the same time, it also makes it easier because you can just get handholds.
They're banging on the window.
Oh.
Sorry, our children are being children.
No, you're fine. I just thought that this was, you were like signaling to him to do something specific in the game, and I was like, I don't know what that symbol means.
No, I'm just hearing the thump, 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 thump against glass
Gotcha.
above my head.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Does this building have a roof?
Yes.
I would like to go over and climb up onto that roof.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Uggy.
I'm actually going to... Let's try a different one since that seems to be
You
rolling.
need me to do an acrobatics check.
No, not with your roguey tendencies.
I was about
Okay.
to say, really, Kasumi?
I mean, I can.
Really?
I might fuck it up.
Damn, I may not pass it.
Mariko, what'd you get?
30-20.
30-20. It's really weird. You've climbed stuff before, but this stuff kind of like cloys to your hands, but if you slip a little bit, you can just kind of get your nails in there and just kind of really grab on. It's very squishy. It's kind of gross, but you are able to get up on top of the roof. So, we'll put you another 30 feet up. So you two, from your vantage point, you can see the creature over here.
Where?
Well, sorry. In this direction, where this road is,
Oh.
it's on the other side of this building that has the hole in it. And it seems to, at the moment, be moving to the east.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Which way's east?
Left.
The right.
That way.
So towards us.
Yes.
No, wait.
Is north up
Never
or
eat
on the map?
soggy waffles.
Yeah. That way. Well, okay. It's probably flipped on my camera. But I realized that when I did that, I was like, it's probably flipped.
Everything's
You
so
can draw
good.
stuff on the map,
Okay.
like the arrow.
So, yeah. The creature is down... Why is my thing purple?
Can't see anything, DM. I don't know what's going on.
Shut your whore face.
Change your color.
Yeah, my color is supposed to be blue.
Bleh, bleh.
Blue, blue. Right, so the creature is down. Why is it still purple? Hello?
I don't know.
All right, I give up. The creature is down this alleyway, and it is heading to the right for the directionally
That way.
challenged.
It's moving the other direction of that arrow.
Other direction.
It is moving towards us.
Okay.
Moriko is going to wave to the guys down below and then point and like show it coming closer.
Directions are hard. Kasumi's gonna move those moats
Okay.
south, and she's gonna very distinctly watch to see if anything tries to interact with the moats.
So you're just kind of moving them here into the square, or
Like here. Hold on. Why is it not letting me? Here-ish.
okay, so you're putting
She's
all the
gonna
moats
let
there.
them- Yeah, like have them like swirl in a little circle. They're
Okay.
just dancing in a circle.
Warriors on, Pez. Stay behind me.
Okay. You make the lights dance in the intersection there. The beast turns to the south and just seems to move without any struggling through the structures. And it's just those of you that, I mean, all of you hear just this crunching, crashing sound as it just barrels through the buildings like they're not even there. So, for Moriko, where are you? It is kind of this direction from you, but it's the building that the boys are hiding beside. The building on the other side of that from you is what it is currently traveling through. And you just see plumes of dust as it knocks over walls, and it's just creating more rubble in the city.
Okay. It's coming towards us, correct?
It is going straight south. It was
Straight
kind of
south,
heading in your
okay.
direction. Now it is going straight south.
Okay. All right. Kasumi is gonna wait like 5 more seconds, and then she's gonna cast her spell to make the giant appear.
Where are you casting the spell?
I'm going to cast it right here. Hold on. It's doing that thing again. Won't let me select here-ish.
Okay.
And the side of this building or here is open,
Yes.
like where we're standing.
Oops. That didn't work for shit.
I'm going to take cover behind this wall. I think this is a wall here, right? To my south.
Yeah, that's a wall.
Okay. When Kasumi casts the spell, the giant that appears, she's going to have it look very similar to one of the ones that they fought earlier. Just wearing a loincloth, grotesque belly, and just have it kind of stomping and growling and groaning to try to make noise.
Okay.
And it was a major image, by the way.
I would have had it singing and playing a jaunty tune, but that worked
I
too.
apparently don't have a icon for a giant.
It is a tap dancing giant.
We're just gonna do this guy. Because I said so.
I mean, that looks like a giant.
Well, it's a half orc, but doesn't matter. Okay,
Yeah.
so you plop him down in the middle of the square, and you have it roaring.
It's roaring. It also stinks like a giant because it can smell
Like a
the
giant.
same way. It says the image appears in the spot that you choose. It seems completely real, including sound, smells, and temperature appropriate for the thing depicted. And then as long as it's within range, I can use my action to cause it to move to a different location. And physical interaction is what makes it reveal it's not an illusion. But right now there is a giant stomping and growling and stinking up the place.
Okay. Alrighty. We do a thing. Okay. So, you all see this giant just appear in the middle of the courtyard. Kasumi would try to get as many hand signals to you as possible to make sure that you're aware of what's going on. You know, with the lisp, of course. Giant appears, and you've all been relatively quiet for the last hour or so, speaking in nothing but whispers and hand gestures. And apart from the rumbling of architecture and the movement of this giant creature, you really haven't heard anything. So this thing just coming out of nowhere and start bellowing and seeming to stomp its feet. And even though it is stomping and you're hearing the stomping, you're not feeling the stomping. However, the sound of crumbling architecture intensifies to an alarming degree. And the ladies that are on high just see plumes of smoke as the creature comes barreling through the structures, leveling most of the walls and the structures coming through. And it is there.
My child.
I need everybody to roll
Bring
initiative.
you out. Come, little children.
Earth. I didn't roll like I
The
did last
time's
time.
come to play. Oh. That is good.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Kasumi, what did you get?
24.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. Lakin, what'd you roll?
10.
10.
10.
Okay, Moriko.
17.
Pez.
28.
Wow.
Zaan.
29. I was six. I rolled a 16 plus 13.
No, I mean, I understand how math works, but goddamn. Alrighty. That's frustrating. Okay. All right. As this creature comes barreling through the all of everything, you thought that the giant was making a stench. The stench that your giant makes is nothing compared to this. This is the scent of untold hundreds, maybe even thousands of years worth of rot and decay coming from this
breath.
creature. It's not just breath, it's everything. As it comes flying through the structure, you see as it turns its head and whips around, roaring and seeming to like pass by all of you. You're seeing parts of its flesh just sloughing off and hitting the ground with just a wet squelch. It's grody.
Would you, so just for like a visual perspective, would you say that it is roughly like the circumference is 8 inches or 8 feet?
8, yeah. This tiny little worm goes.
So, because I know you said it barreled through the building and they're roughly like 1 story tall. So would you say it's like roughly like 8 to 10 feet for like a circumference of its gullet?
The girth of this creature is about 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was a little off.
The actual length of it is difficult to tell. It seems to be half burrowing through the ground, so seeing where it ends is very difficult.
Okay.
It's kind of moving along and rearing up much like a snake would at the moment.
So he could swallow the giant in 1 gulp.
It could swallow many things in 1 gulp if it so chose.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, the amount of jokes that have been keyed up, I'm proud of all of you.
Look,
Zaan looks up
some
at
of us are
Kasumi.
really fucking hurt right now. We don't have time for games.
Zaan looks up at Kasumi and hand gestures, taking the shit.
He's like... Okay, well, with all that being said, top of the round is Zaan. Pez, you are on deck.
Zaan will cast Spirit Shroud on himself
Okay,
as a bonus action.
as a bonus action. Okay.
And then... How tall is the building we're in? Is it just 1 foot?
What?
Just 1 foot.
Just 1 foot.
It's one story.
180.
Sorry.
We're so good
An
with
18-inch
directions and
worm,
measurement.
a 1 foot building. God.
I'm great with directions, terrible with heights, apparently.
Math is fucking hard, man.
So it's about 1 story, maybe taller than that.
It's what remains of the building. It's about 1 story.
Oh, that is
Range is
certainly
long.
not what I want to do.
It's a respectable amount.
There's a lot.
Oh god.
Can
Well,
I
snow, you know.
move outside and jump on top of the building?
Yeah, with your rabbit hop and general movement speed, I won't even make you really roll for it.
Yeah, it's my 50 more feet that I have. And, I guess I can't really hold an action, so...
Why can't you? Oh yeah, because you used the spell.
Well, I used a bonus action.
I mean, if you haven't used an action, you can still, so long as it's not another spell.
I cast a cantrip.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I
Cast
meant like a
cantrip.
spell.
Yeah,
So,
no, I get you.
so what cantrip are you holding?
Sorceress Burst.
Okay. Assuming you're just waiting for it to be within range.
It's in range. I just wanted to hit the giant first.
I see. Okay, so you're waiting for it to attack the giant.
Yeah, if it comes within spitting distance of the giant, even if it doesn't hit it, I'm gonna...
Okay. All right, then that brings us to Pez. Kasumi, you are on deck.
Mm-hmm.
You're muted, bud.
I'm going to gently place my hat down and spawn Scorpnock.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah.
It's been a minute since we've had Scorpion neck. Where is he?
Dangerous right there.
Huh.
You lost Scorpnock too, didn't you?
Yeah, he's not there, and I'm not sure why.
Is it the update?
Maybe everything else is there. Oink.
That's what you used last time.
No, but I had one specifically so Pez could control it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you'll just have to tell me where you want to move it around.
Okay.
There's the bug going.
That's my action.
Actually, wait, can I? Nope, I can't. Sorry. I was trying to just give you control of this, but it don't work like that.
He's fine. You can't move this around anyway.
What you doing, buddy?
Bonus action. I assume we're still following the plan where I would like hand the dynamite off to Lycan. I'm gonna hold a stick of dynamite. Dynamite. Because I don't know if he's gonna go throat deep or if he's just gonna chuck it.
Ew.
I'm gonna deep throat it.
I don't think I'll have a problem with the 20-foot with a girth.
Nope. He's no. I'm,
The
stop.
DM just like.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop right there.
I'm like,
DM said it. I'm just playing on it.
okay, actually.
You were the one that dropped the girth word, okay? I was trying to be polite
okay.
and said circumference.
Cool, you can control him. Cool. Nice.
When he dies to this creature, you were
All right.
killed by the girth.
I'm sorry, Pez. What were you? So you spawned Scorpionock. Is that it?
Yeah. That's it for now. I'm just gonna give Lycan the dynamite.
Okay. So Pez sitting on your shoulder, he takes his hat off and just lets it drop and just sort of slowly drifts down. When it hits the ground, the scorpion emblem on the front seems to grow larger and fully encompass the hat as legs just come out of it, the big pincers, the rope around the brim unfurls into a large tail, and it just looks like a big leathery scorpion. Okay, and then he passes you a new, very spicy cigar. All right, that will bring us to Kasumi if that's Pez being done.
Okay.
Moriko, you're on deck.
Kasumi is going to bonus action hide.
Okay. I gotta get your
so
table
I'll-
set up so I can keep track of all your stealths.
I'll roll for stealth. Okay, that is a 28.
28. Okay.
And then she is going to hold her attack action with by Saito in bow form for when the creature interacts physically with the giant. So once it physically like touches it, she's gonna shoot it.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. That does bring us to the lair action. Let me see.
What?
I need Lakin, Pez, and Zaan to make Constitution saving throws as the air around you becomes foul, fetid.
Does this bother me?
It might.
He doesn't breathe.
Because I don't breathe.
It's the verbal description of it. Does
The
the
heat
22?
emanating off of it.
That's a success.
19!
19 is a success.
20, not now.
I was gonna say clearly a failure. No, that is also a success. You're able to shrug off the feeling of just your body, your essence almost being leached out of you. So that brings us to Moriko. Lakin, you are on deck.
I am just gonna hunker down where I am, and I am going to hold a cantrip.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for the worm to interact, like, get with the giant,
Mhm.
and if it interacts with the giant, I'm going to cast Frostbite on them.
Okay. All right. That brings us to the Scourge. The creature comes through the building, roars, stops, and the pale spherical orbs on its head that would be eyes don't seem to be looking in any particular direction. It doesn't seem to be turning its attention towards the giant. Moriko, Kasumi, and Zaan, you being up higher can see this, but with Pez and Lakin being somewhat inside the building, you see it turn its head towards where Lakin and Pez are hiding. And it starts to move straight towards them.
Oh.
Hot.
All right.
Well, this is a problem.
Ooh.
We'll do the slam. Yeah. We'll do 2 slams. All right, so... Oh, well, of course. It's going to be a 23 to hit. For
You mean
Lakin.
just me?
For Lakin.
Yes, that does hit.
Okay. And it's going to be a 19 for Pez.
Yeah.
Okay. So it basically just comes and just slams through the wall. You're all waiting for signals from your companions for when it attacks the giant, but instead the wall that you're somewhat hiding behind just explodes, and there's this creature. So we'll do the first one on Lakin. Gonna be 18 points of bludgeoning damage because I rolled really, really low. And and 20 points of bludgeoning damage on Pez.
We.
Gives me the jewel of.
Dungeon Master, can you make a dexterity saving throw?
I can certainly try. 10.
No.
No.
I cast no.
I cast
creature-
Uno reverse card.
As I cast Hellish Rebuke in response, the creature takes 37 points of fire damage.
Oof. Okay. Have you ever smelled burnt roadkill?
Yes.
It's that.
Yes, I have.
It's that cooking in the midday sun on just a nasty, nasty road.
Ew.
For its third attack, it is going to try and bite you, Lakin. That's a natural 20.
Silvery barbs.
That is not a natural 20. That is a
Hell yeah.
that is a 22.
Still hits.
At least it's
Okay.
not at 20.
As a
While
fire
I'm
chivalry thing.
while I'm rolling damage, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
I'm so good at this. Not. 15.
Okay, 15 is a failure.
Am I going in?
You're going in.
I was going there anyway.
Pez, I will let you make a dexterity saving throw as well to see if you're able to jump off his shoulder or if you go ride with him.
I assume. Hold on.
20 points of damage, Lakin.
Hot.
Of a hairball.
PM. Can I give Lake an advantage before he's swallowed?
No,
Silvery barbs.
you've already used your reaction, Silvery Barbs.
Silvery barbs doesn't
Silvery
give
barbs.
somebody an advantage.
Oh,
Is it?
yeah. Roll at advantage. I need you to say this a lot sooner, buddy.
Oh, that's a 19 plus 1. That's a 20.
That is a success. Going forward, I need you to be saying this before we get the results of a roll. Pez, what was your dex? Well, okay, it's not a problem because he's not eaten. So you do still
Cool.
take the 20 points of bludgeoning damage, but you were not swallowed. You're just kind of gripping your arms against its teeth as it's trying to munch down on you. You're able to kick your way free.
Like Jack with the kraken on the boat.
Ah!
Okay.
Being slammed by the critter. Would that have knocked me off his shoulder?
You can if you want.
I was just curious. I didn't know if it had enough force given 20 points of damage.
Moving on.
He's keeping up with enough.
However,
Pull an
Snuffing.
NBA move and just throw your legs back and put your arms up in the air like, oh.
stuck the landing, bitch. Ha, BAB. Speaking of bonus action, though, I do need
The hell?
Lakin, Pez, and Zaan to make dexterity saving throws as it slams part of its body into the ground. And the ground around you begins to rumble and shake like an earthquake.
6.
6, failure.
11.
22, success.
So my dad said.
Pez, also a failure. You two are knocked prone.
Arnar.
Arnar. Probably should have done that first, but it is a big character sheet. All right, that does bring us to Lakin. Zaan, you are on deck.
All right, fuck nuts. Not liking what's occurring. I'm going to use my bonus action to become Dread Incarnate. My skin rips through as you see protruding bones and sharp, angular horns as I come to my form of Dread. Also gives me temporary hit points. Gonna need those. Because the DM is mad.
I'm not mad.
Thanks.
The Scourge is mad. You've
Thanks,
been wrecking up his
Zach.
home.
Thanks, me? What did I do?
We killed
Yeah,
these
you know what you did.
things.
Does anybody know what I did?
I don't know what you did.
Exist.
God, aren't you supposed to know everything? What the shit?
Fuck no, I'm making this up as I go along. You think I have character sheets here? No, I'm watching YouTube videos, bitch.
Okay. So, I'm going to hit this thing. Kind of threw me for a loop when it came in close for melee, but we can do this.
I mean, it's got no arms. It was just trying to eat you. It's just a big, hungry,
It
growing
was-
boy.
He is. However, I'm not a big fan of his. And if
Is
he
he
wants to
Lieutenant
eat
Dan,
me,
no arms edition?
You only got
Uh,
one leg, Lieutenant Dan.
I am going to cast Innervation on the creature.
Oh.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
What's the success rate for that?
You need to roll a 21.
Cool. I'm going to use one of its legendary resistances.
So you get to ask me what it is and then decide? Okay.
I mean,
Well,
you
no,
can
because
use
it was a
average, too.
failure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Well, that's my turn.
Oh, nothing happens on a fail?
No, nothing happens on a fail.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You take 2d8 of necrotic damage. There you go. You take 3 points.
Cool.
Damage is damage.
Nothing really seems to happen to it from that. Or if anything
maybe
happens
necrotic
to it, it's difficult to tell with its own flesh seemingly
Necrotic.
necrotic and falling off to begin with.
Cool. Really cool.
Yay!
Top of the round brings us to Zaan. Pez, you are on deck.
Is this thing is on the building or close enough to the building?
Forced its way into the building.
Okay, I'm gonna walk onto it. Or
Okay.
Jump onto it. Or we'll jump onto its back like the mad lad I am,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stab it.
Okay. Make an attack, you rodeo clown. Oops. Sorry, Scorponok.
It's just gonna be with Vengeful Blade, but yeah. So to hit is going to be a 19.
19 does not hit.
Wow. Okay. And then I'm going to bonus action attack. Advantage. 16 plus 25.
25 hits.
Okay. It's going to take 2 plus 3, 5 slashing, 10 cold, and 13 radiant, and
Ooh.
4 thunder. Is it thunder? It's thunder damage. Yes, and 4 thunder.
Okay. So, as you jump onto the back of this thing and you go to take a swing, you get a little bit knocked off balance as it writhes underneath you, but you catch yourself, and as you stab your sword into the back and you're just pumping in the different amounts of damage coming from it, some of it doesn't do quite as much as you were expecting, and some of it does more than what you were expecting. But as you're dumping a whole bunch into it at once, it's difficult to tell what's what.
That being said, DM, movement speed is halved and reduced by 10 feet on top of that, and its next attack is a disadvantage.
Good to know. Is that it for your turn?
That is it for my turn.
Okay. It's going to use one of its legendary actions since you dealt more than 35 damage.
I did.
You did. It's going to wriggle underneath you again, and a large chunk of its flesh is going to fall off and splatter onto the ground. You know what? I'll make it random.
Oh, it's gonna make a baby.
Ew.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Ew.
Okay, it's gonna excrete a baby.
It's worse. So much worse.
A chunk of its body falls into the building there and splatters on the ground, and you just see these noxious fumes coming from it. It seems to just fill the entirety of the space. None of you are within range of it, so nothing happens because random is random. All right, that brings us to Pez with Kasumi on deck.
I'm prone, right?
You are prone.
Is it facing me?
It's not really facing any direction, as it's sort of writhing around underneath Zaan, stabbing it in the back of the head.
Like its mouth hole isn't facing me, right?
It's kind of going what are you trying to do? It's not sitting still, slack-jawed, staring specifically at you.
Okay, then I won't do that or plan B until I have like a proper line of sight on it.
I mean, you can see it.
Well, down its throat. I'm going to use my action to also spawn in an Eldritch Cannon.
I have one of those.
It will be a flamethrower.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my actions. Why do I sound robotic? That's so weird.
I figured you were just sick as shit.
No, that's not me. That's something else. That's it for Pez himself, but Scorponok himself going to move around and go pinch pinch.
Pinch, pinch.
Citizen snips.
Okay.
So he has a multi-attack. Hello? Why does it sound like there's auto-tune? What the fuck? Alright, I'm pissed. Hello? What the fuck are you doing? Okay, it all works. I'm kind of angry. My ceiling fan died on me, so...
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, claw attack. I'm assuming it can't be grappled. So I need to roll...
Need to roll the hit.
7 plus 4 does not hit.
Does not hit.
Cool. Sting attack. Does not hit. Alright, Scorponok's just chilling.
Okay. He's trying
That's
to
it,
pinch at
Pez.
things, but he's just getting loose bits of flesh that don't seem to be doing much to it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Kasumi with Moriko on deck.
Okay. So since I used my bonus action for the last round, I haven't moved. I'm still technically stealth and hidden, correct?
You have not done anything to reveal your position, so I will allow the stealth roll to remain.
Okay. I just didn't know if I needed to use another bonus action. So instead, she would like to use, if you allow it, her bonus action to grab 2 tufts of fur from her tails and shove them into her nostrils.
That sounds weirdly painful.
No, like, you know, like...
Oh,
just
well.
like the little...
A nose
the little
filter.
tuft. Yeah.
Down fur.
The down fur that's already, like, partially detached.
Sure, I'll allow it.
She's gonna grab those and, like, curl them and just shove them into her nose. She doesn't like the bad stink.
We will see if that helps.
She's gonna try. And then she's going to use her attack action to shoot at it with Bicyto.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Okay. 24.
24 hits.
Sweet. Okay. So, 11 points of piercing. 3 points of poison. And sneak attack. 19 points of sneak attack.
Damage is damage.
There was a lot of ones. That's so sad.
Oh, puddin'.
That's my turn.
Okay.
And the giant is still being a doofus because she's not telling it to do anything else, so it's still just growling and hooting and hollering.
Right. Okay. It is going to use the last legendary action for its turn to move. Over to here. Okay. That also gets us to the layer action. So I need pretty much everyone to make a Constitution saving throw. Kasumi, I'll give you advantage because you stuffed your nose. Where did
Okay.
It works.
Zaan, where'd your
It
icon
works,
go?
kind of.
I moved it with the creature, but I moved it far in since I'm technically on top of it.
Well, I can't see your icon anymore, so
It's in the top left corner, literally. Yeah.
okay. Well, don't move your shit. I'll move your shit. All right. So what did everybody get?
19.
Success. Moriko?
16.
16's a failure.
17?
Also a failure.
Oh.
Lakin?
23.
Success. Pez?
23.
Also a success. So
We're used to smelly stuff.
Boys.
those of you that failed suffer 1 level of exhaustion
Oh no.
as your energy seems to just sap from your body, as the petulance, the plague-like nature of this creature is just filling this space. And with it being as close as it is just clawing at your very will to be there. Moriko, you're up. Lakin, you're on deck.
I'm going to fling a magnetite shard at it. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
15?
Nope.
Fuck.
Okay.
Not that I had any hope that that was going to succeed.
Okay. So, first half of damage. Oh, you went all the way out.
Okay, no, I can't do that.
19 points of cold damage.
Of which damage?
Cold.
Okay.
And 9 points of piercing.
Okay. Is that all for you?
I get to... Okay, I am going to use my bonus action to Misty Step 30 feet onto the other roof.
We'll just have to say that you're kind of there.
I know.
Yeah.
And then she's going to use like 10 feet of her movement to like move farther in onto the roof.
Okay. So again, your vision may look a little bit funky, but if you need help lining stuff up to be able to see where you're going, just let me know and I'll get it sorted.
I just did like the select all like empty space.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, and that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. That is gonna bring.
But did the
us-
cold look like it did anything extra, normal, less?
It's difficult to say with just how much is falling off of it as it's normally moving. It didn't look like it did maybe as much as you were expecting, but
Okay.
you've also never fought a creature quite like this before. Let's see. So having moved away, it's going to look towards some of yous. Do all right, so it will hit Pez, Lakin, and Zaan. Not you, Zaan. Sorry, Pez, Lakin, and the cannon. Fuck. I need the three of you to make a Constitution saving throw. As it kind of rolls itself back as something is building, and it just vomits all over the three of you.
23.
Success?
Pez got a 20, trying to find the con of the thing.
That is exactly what you needed. Lakin, you're immune to poison damage, aren't you?
I'm immune to necrotic damage.
Oh. Okay, I mean, it's still a success.
Does the cannon even have a con save?
You roll a
It's a-
d20 and add your Constitution modifier.
Or for a machine?
Oh, well, it's a construct, so yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. Good call, sir.
Big brain.
Big brain. Big snart brainy brain man. Wow, that's a lot of ones. Okay. Jesus. Okay, so since both of you saved, that's halved. That's 16 points of poison damage. Cool. That was a terrible fucking roll. Okay, it does not get that back. Okay, that's the end of its turn. Lakin, you're up. Zaan, you're on deck.
Wombo combo, 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Alrighty. Hit me, buddy.
30 to hit.
That hits.
27 to hit.
That hits.
27 to hit.
That also hits, weirdly enough.
10 points of force damage. 13 points of piercing. 10 points of force damage. 8 points of piercing. 15 points of force damage. $11 points of piercing.
Nice.
Is this thing immune to fear?
Yes.
Okay, then. I won't ask for the other parts of that. That's my turn.
Okay, gonna stay put?
Yeah, there's, I can't leave Pez, so no.
Okay. All right. Well, that brings us back to Zaan. Pez, you are on deck.
I will cast. Yes, I will cast. Where to go? Mass Healing Word. That's instant, right? Yeah, bonus action. I'll cast Mass Healing Word on Pez, Lakin, myself. Is anybody else damaged? No? Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word on the three of us.
Yeah.
And, wow.
I just had this
almost 100% max. Holy
horrifying mental image of Gandalf coming over the hill with the riders, but instead it's Zaan on top of this giant rotting worm.
So what's that? It's 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 5. No, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 plus 5.
11 plus 5
points.
is 16.
Yeah, 16 points of healing for all of us. And then for my... Come on. And then I will use my cantrip of Vengeful Blade to attack it again.
Okay.
Hopefully hitting it this time. We'll see. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
Okay. It will take 10 points of magical slashing. 7 plus 3, 10 points of cold. 9 points of radiant. And 7 points of thunder.
Okay.
A damage. So
Okay.
stab it again.
Okay.
And
So
its movement's halved.
just fucking
Yeah. Movement's halved. Next attack's at disadvantage. Yeah. And after movement's been halved, another 10 feet are off that as well.
Okay. Alrighty. That brings us to Pez. Kasumi, you are on deck.
Again, Minion Master, I'm leading a bunch of crap. Korpanak is going to move over here. Is this like the true size of the creature? Like, is Korpanak now flanking?
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, I was typing. That is an image representing it, but it is a 20 by 20 cylinder. Like, this is a gargantuan creature. This is the biggest living organism you have ever seen.
Okay. And yeah, Scorpionak is gonna... Can you face the right way, please? Thank you. Scorpionak is... flanking.
Scorponok is... How much movement does Scorponok have?
30.
Yeah, okay. Just curious.
Well,
Carry
40
on.
feet.
No, carry on.
He has 40 feet. I just had to move him extra to turn him around.
You're fine. Go ahead.
I don't care. I have plans. Zaan isn't there, right?
He's kind of on top of it.
Okay.
I just can't put him on top of the icon or I won't be able to get at one or the other of them. So he's just there by proxy.
Then Mr. Eldritch Cannon is going to go there.
Okay.
I'm just positioning stuff right now.
Sure.
Mr. Eldritch Cannon is going to go on and Fuego.
Well, the Eldritch Cannon, does it take its turn after yours or before yours?
It's a bonus action to command it. So can I not do a bonus action before my action?
Let me check something real quick. Yeah, no, okay, go ahead. So, sometimes when you spawn creatures, it says that you give it a command as a bonus action, but they take your turn immediately after yours, but it's not specifying that. So yes, your bonus action is telling it what to do right now. So carry on.
Yeah, bonus action, Fuego.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a save for me.
It is a dexterity saving throw against my spell DC. I don't even heckin' know what my spell DC is.
I'm going to assume that a 10 is probably gonna fail, though.
Yes,
so
because I have two spells save DCs, a 15 and a 16. It's multi-class.
Yeah, so either way it fails. So.
Okay. So you will take full damage of 2d6. Is that what it is? 2d8 fire.
Ooh.
uh, 15 fire damage.
Nice.
Scorponok is his own little critter. He doesn't need bonus actions and stuff. Correct?
Incorrect. Hamburger was an independent creature. Scorponok needs a bonus action to be told what to do.
Okay. Then, is the worm looking at me? Like, am I able to...
It did spew stuff at you before, yes.
Okay. How often does it, like, open and close?
What are you trying to do, Pez? What are you trying to do?
I want to sovereign glue its mouth shut.
Russell, that... Didn't
Love that.
see that coming.
Here, I thought you were gonna like shoot down its mouth like the Jaws.
I thought
scene
you were.
with
Yeah, I was expecting a shotgun blast to the face hole. I was expecting
I
dynamite.
wanted to suffer. No, I wanted to suffer.
You're done talking. We're gonna shut your mouth.
You shoot.
You are the holder of also the solution to allow him to.
Mhm.
To think that's gonna be the use of it.
I have 7 uses of it.
It will take 1 minute for it to set.
We'll see, it's either that or I'm throwing a fireball down its throat. Either or.
As funny as I find this, for glue to set, they need to stay connected for a time. And with how this thing is trying to eat and bite and throw stuff up, it wouldn't stay closed long enough for the glue to really set. So as much as I want that to be a thing, and the fact that it's going to take it would need 10 rounds of it not opening its mouth, period, to set.
Okay.
It was a good idea, though.
Fucking
Fireball down its
hilarious
throat.
idea. Fireball down the throat. It's a 7.
Sucks to suck.
Fire.
That is the last of my 3rd level spells. Oh shit. I don't have 8d6.
I can fix that.
I have 12.
I have 372.
That's
It's
an
weird
oddly
that you
precise
knew that number. Yeah. Why do you just know that number?
I know I have over 300. 72 is just added on there. 'cause
22.
that's probably-
22 points of
Fireball
fire
damage.
Nice.
Down its throat.
Right down the throat hole.
Got a
Alrighty.
heartburn.
Alright, is that it for you, sir?
Mhm.
Okay, that brings us to Kasumi with Moriko on deck.
Okay. Okay. I would like to bonus action hide.
Okay.
That is a. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Because that number recently changed. Okay, that is a 25.
Okay. You seem fairly well hidden. It has not turned its head towards you. It seems to be focused on the creatures that are on the ground and occasionally flicking its head around to get the little toothpick off the top of its head.
Okay. So then I'm going to shoot it again with Bicyto.
Okay. You do have advantage.
Sweet. I'm probably gonna need it. 23.
23 hits.
Sweet. 10 points of piercing damage. 5 points of poison.
Poison.
And for sneak attack, 26 points of sneak attack damage.
Very nice. Doing some work on him.
And that is my turn.
All right. Okay, that was not quite enough to do that. So, all right, Moriko, you're up. Lakin, you're on deck.
Okay, let me measure. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to summon elemental right there.
Summon elemental. What
And I'm
elemental?
I am going to summon a fire elemental.
Okay, we're gonna use yours because it's cool looking.
Okay.
Look at it glowing.
I know it's so pretty. Now Zaan can see.
He doesn't need to see. He's stepping in it.
Yes, but
It's
he can.
all over my fur.
Now you can see in grave detail what you're stepping in.
You had to say grave, didn't you? You just had to say grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, taking note of which one I just summoned.
Fair.
Okay. So it shares my initiative, but it takes its turn immediately after me.
Understood.
And that was my action. Heck it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. I'm gonna go down here.
You're gonna drop down.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just kind of scoot you off this way so it.
Yeah, like actually manages. And I am going to bonus action wild shape into a water elemental. I know I'm making you do things.
No,
I'm
no, no, no,
sorry.
it's fine. I just had to get to a different page. You're fine. Okay. That added in. Okay. Cool. So that was your whole turn, basically, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Kasumi, you're standing there on the roof and you just see this eruption of fire. And then from the side of you, there's just this splooshing water that goes over the side of the building and splashes down, and it's all wibbly wobbly, or however Moriko stands as a water elemental. I don't know. You can give the flavor yourself there.
It's just like the...
Yeah.
All right. So that is your turn done. It is your fire elementals. Go.
Okay. Oh, I gotta go back to this spell page. Where is it? There it is.
Since it doesn't take an action,
a million windows open at once.
it doesn't require me an action or a bonus action to tell it what to do, but I do have to tell it what to do. I'm going to speak in primordial to it to attack the bitch. And it is going to make 2 flame attacks. Okay.
What?
What? Attack?
Is it attack ranged?
It's right beside it.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't see that one. I saw Moriko up there, and I'm
How
like,
did you not see it? Look at it.
I literally, the way that I have my camera, it was sitting right below where my screen was. I'm just sitting here like, I'm
I
so
know you
confused.
can't see in the dark, but it is a being made of fire.
Okay, plus.
My bad.
Sorry, having to adjust windows. So
Yep.
plus 5 to hit.
Is a 21 hit?
21 just hits.
Okay, so that's the first attack. And for the second attack...
23 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Okay. This is my first time using the spell, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what happens when you level up. You get cool toys with all the instructions inside.
Well, I've had this one, I've never just used it before.
Oh, well then no excuses.
Okay, so that's 13 points of fire for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the wrong dice. And 10 points of fire for the second one.
Okay. So this being of elemental fire erupts, and you all hear kind of grunting, watery, phlegmy sounds coming from Moriko's shape as this fiery elemental just starts clawing and ripping off chunks and sending the flying or the burning fleshy goo off into the street. Anything else?
That's it?
Okay. Got a couple of minion masters going on the field. That brings us to the Scourge. Fuck, I don't know what to do anymore.
Just remember, move is halved.
I'm aware. That's why I'm saying I don't know what to do anymore.
And attack at disadvantage.
Okay, does not get that back, so that's out the picture. Does it get that back? Of course not. You are going to jail. You have rolled ones twice. No, I didn't roll a natural one. I rolled a one on a different dice.
Okay.
But, however, that counts as nowhere near what the actual number should be, so I'm going to let it slide. All right, it's just going to start swinging at the stuff that's around it. So we're going to make a bite attack on Scorponok. It's going to be a 19.
Yep.
Okay. I need it to make a dexterity saving throw.
Good job, Scorponok. If only Pez could get that. The natural 20 plus 1.
Okay, well, he avoided being swallowed.
God.
It's going to be 25 points of piercing damage as it tries to bite and latch on, but it does not. It manages to just wriggle away, as giant scorpions tend to do, I guess.
He gets stabbed in the eye, so I let it go.
Alright, it's going to make 2 slam attacks on the fire elemental.
Okay.
It's going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so as it starts ripping chunks out from behind, it just sort of slams it with the back end of its body, and it just kind of raises it up and slams it back down on top of it. So that's going to be lots of damage, maybe.
I have a feeling the fire and elemental's gonna go poof.
Well, that's going to be 21 points of bludgeoning damage for the first hit. And 20 points... No. Yes, 20 points of bludgeoning damage for the second. And I need it to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw?
Yes.
DM, when you're finished, it is going to take damage. Vengeful Blade. When you attack, you take damage.
Oh, okay.
21.
It is knocked prone.
Okay.
Holy shit. Where were you a second ago?
Wham. Okay, so Vengeful Blade, you said?
Yep. 23 necrotic and 7 radiant.
Okay. Does not do quite as much damage as you thought it would do. But damage still occurred. Alrighty. That is going to bring us to Lakin. Zaan, you were on deck.
Give me my kobold. give me my kobold.
I need my tactical kobold.
I need my
Emotional support. Emotional support,
Eldritch Blast,
kobold.
time 3.
Alrighty.
24 to hit.
That hits.
25 to hit.
That hits.
21 to hit.
That just hits.
Gangster. 12 points of force. 11 points of piercing. 9 points of force. 13 points of piercing. 12 points of force.
Damn.
8 points of piercing. That's my turn.
Jesus, fuck. Alright. It is going to use 2 of its legendary actions to do a pound of flesh as the 3 Eldritch Blasts just knock off chunks of it. Oh, there we go. Random direction chosen. Okay. Alrighty. You're all just outside of it, so nothing happens. Zaan, you're up. Pez,
Yes.
you were on deck.
I will attack it with sword. Stab, stab, stab.
Good luck.
22.
That hits.
How did I lose a die? Man, I'm really good at that. Okay. Going to be 9 magical slashing, 6 cold, 7 necrotic, and 11 radiant, and 5 thunder.
Okay. So you're
then I
still
needed
just
to-
stabbing it in the forehead.
And then I needed to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
For what?
I'm using my bonus action flash freeze. I need to make a Constitution saving throw, or the entire thing is encased in ice.
Does a 25 succeed?
Just barely.
You keep the sarcasm out of it. That's my thing, damn it.
Silvery barbs.
I've never had the spell effect go off. He's passed every save, by the way. This.
Well, that would be a 34.
I tried.
Well, it had to take the lower of the two anyways, but it was a nice try. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Lakin the advantage.
Doesn't he need to be within 60 feet of you?
Hold on.
Oh, he is within 60 feet of you, so I'm going to shut my dirty whore mouth.
Haha! We're at a fucking count.
And DM, for the usual, have your movement speed.
Yeah,
10 feet on top
yeah,
of that,
yeah,
and disadvantage on your next attack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, is that it for you? Zaan?
Yeah, if you attack, you're going to take damage.
I'm just making sure your turn's done before I move on.
Yeah, those attack
Okay.
bonus action. Still riding like a cowboy.
Pez, you're up. Kasumi, you're on deck.
Um,
Forgot to do the layer action last go.
that sucks for you.
It does.
This giant, he's just a hologram, right?
Yeah, Kasumi, are you still concentrating on him?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You knew he was part of the plan. You're not fooled.
No, yeah.
Actually,
Does
no.
he
Make
have-
an intelligence saving throw. Are you fooled?
Does he have health points?
Are you? No, he doesn't.
No.
Okay.
He just is there until I either tell him to go away or.
Eldritch Cannon is going to move to right there.
The Eldritch Cannon can basically move through that. He does not exist.
Okay.
If that influences where you want to move the Eldritch Cannon, he does not exist.
How's the critter looking?
It's tough to say. You've definitely been, like, chopping off pieces and chunks of him.
Okay.
But again, this creature looked like it was decaying before you even started attacking it, so it's a little difficult to tell.
That'll be a bonus action for that. I need bonus action. Why is everything a bloody bonus action?
Action economy.
What's stupid? I'm going to have my Eldritch Cannon as a bonus action. Burn it again.
Okay. It's a dex save on my part. That's a 10.
That is a failure. So
It is.
2d8 fuego.
It is not very dexterous.
$16. So, hooray, max damage.
Nice.
Fire, Crispy.
Wiggle.
Can't command Scorponok to do anything except look pretty. So, Pez is going to do an action. And that action is...
I'm going to do an action.
The thing.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do my last second level spell of Zaan would be affected by that.
Go ahead.
Scorching Ray. I'll just do
Okay.
Scorching Ray.
All right. Make your attacks.
So 3 rays, so I have to do 3 d20s to hit, right?
Correct.
13 plus 8 is what, 20 something?
21.
21.
21 just hits.
Miss. Oh, that's a super hit with a 18 plus 8.
Okay, so 2 hits. Not bad.
2d6, so 40. Uh, 22 fuego damage
Nice.
plus my little thorn goober
Yeah.
does how much to that?
3d6 each ray.
3d6. Jesus.
Oh God.
So an additional 10 piercing
Okay.
and 11. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else?
I'm a fucking kobold. I keep forgetting fucking pack tactics. I could have been rolling with advantage. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna go kill myself. So,
All right. Well, no, you're gonna have to wait until it's your turn. That brings us to Kasumi. Moriko, you were on deck.
Okay. Kasumi is going to move to the right about 10, 15 feet. About 15 feet.
Okay. 10, 15. Okay.
And then she's going to bonus action hide
Okay.
and shoot.
Okay. Let's see what your roll
Pretty-
is.
Pretty predictable at this point. Do you want me to reroll for stealth?
Yeah.
All right. Stealth is 30.
Jesus fuck nuts, Batman. Okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be looking at you whatsoever.
Sweet.
It's got something on its head, a giant torch behind it, and a really rabid kobold riding an orc.
Okay, that is a 28 to hit.
That hits.
All right. 8 points of piercing. 5 points of poison. And sneak attack. 17 points of sneak attack.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. That brings us to the lair action. So everything within 60 feet of it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, which would be everybody.
Oh no.
22, DM.
Success.
21.
Success.
Do I still get the advantage with my nostrils plugged?
Sure.
Okay. I'll take it.
She says hopefully.
That's better. The dirty 20.
Success.
Okay.
Moriko, Pez.
Sorry, math. 22 for Moriko. And then for the elemental... It's a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes.
It only got 8.
So that one's a fail. You're fine. Pez?
23 for Pez.
Success. I don't even know why I fucking bothered with it. The elemental suffers 1 point of exhaustion, or 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. Are we using the legacy rules for exhaustion or the new rules?
I think we went with the new rules, where it's a negative to your d20 tests.
Okay.
Instead of worrying about half movement, half hit points, and whatever other stuff. All right.
Okay.
But speaking of, it is your turn. Lakin, you're on deck.
I know I'm in the thing, but can I not go there?
Go right and then down.
Oh, it's there's a wall in the way. Hang on. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, no, I mean there's literally a wall in the way. So you're just going. How far are you going? What's your
I
movement
just want to
speed?
get right here.
What's your
30.
movement? 30. So with your size, you'd only really be able to get to there where you are now, because that's the edge of a building, and you can't really like squidge through that diagonal.
Okay. Even with water form?
With water form? Fuck it. I'll allow it. Well, I would allow it if the program would fucking let me put you where I want to.
Okay.
There you go.
And is this a large creature or gargantuan?
Gargantuan.
Fuck, that's not gonna work. Okay, 2 slam attacks.
All right.
That's a 24 for the first one and a 14 for the second one.
One of those hits.
Okay. And that is 18 points of bludgeoning.
Alrighty. Moriko, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw,
Okay.
as you have ended your turn within the stink pile.
Yeah, I know. I know. 23.
Fuck. Yeah, it's a success. I want to have some fun, man. Let me have fun. Okay. So that brings it to the fire elemental, correct?
Yeah. Does it expend an action to get up?
No, half its movement speed.
Okay, it's just gonna get up and just 2 slams.
Sweet.
$16 for the first hit,
Does not hit.
21 for the second hit.
Just hits.
Okay. $16 points of fire damage.
Sweet. You are literally... All of you have just been hammering this thing for a while now, and you're just literally ripping off chunks of its flesh. You're starting to see what looks like might pass as a skeleton, but like for a spine, looks like there's 2 in one place, 3 in another, 1 in another. Just the whole inside of this creature just seems to be a hodgepodge of internal structures and organs, and it's not really sure what to make of it, but you're doing some work on it. Does that do it for you, madame?
That's it.
That's it.
Also, the fire elemental is no longer prone for the moment.
Ooh, yes, thank you. I will blip.
I got you.
All right. Does it get that? Yes, it finally fucking does after 4 rounds of failing. Cool.
Delivery Bob. No, shit.
You all see, fuck you. You all see as you've just been hammering it. Actually, Moriko, you would be the one that would see this because you're the closest and you're nearest to the fire elemental. Those gouges that have been pulled from the side of its body, you see something move past it on the inside. And as it goes higher up, you see it move past again, and it's moving towards the mouth, and the whole thing kind of rears back, mouth closed, and then it leans forward, its maw opening almost impossibly wide as this mass of just flesh and bone plops out of its mouth onto the ground. Looks like just arms and limbs and heads all in one jumbled mass, and the mass itself begins to move and kind of conform itself together, and it stands up.
The miracle of childbirth.
Through hairball.
Ew. Just
Ew.
fucking
Ew.
Okay. Okay, but that is its entire action done. So Zaan, you said its movement is halved
And then
minus
my-
10.
Yeah, because what's it called? Spirit Shroud. Any creature within 10 feet of me that I choose can have their movement movement reduced by 10 feet.
Let me see. Okay, it does not get its thrashing collapse back. Fuck me and my garbage fucking rolls. Well, I kind of boxed myself in, didn't I? I guess it could technically go over the Eldritch Cannon. Nah, it's just gonna stay put. Okay, that's its turn done. Lakin, you're up. Zaan, you're on deck.
Zaan's up on top of the creature, right?
He is on top of the creature, correct?
Okay, I'm gonna synaptic static both of those creatures without hitting my buddy.
Okay.
I need an intelligence saving throw from the worm and from the flesh baby.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate that.
The flesh
I fucking
baby.
hate that.
17?
Fails.
Fuck. 3. Okay. I'm gonna guess that a 3 was a failure, so yeah,
Yep.
we go from there.
Both of the creatures take 29 points of psychic damage.
How much? Sorry?
29.
29, thank you.
And you have to subtract a d6 from all attack rolls and ability checks, as well as any constitution saving throws on the creature.
Constitution saving
Okay.
throws, you say.
Help me remember that, please.
Sure.
Thank you, Lakin. I love you.
I know.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
Yay!
Is that it for Lakin?
Sure.
Staying put, or?
Oh yeah, I'm liking where I'm at.
Okay, just making sure. All right, not enough damage to be able to do that, so that brings us to Zaan on top of the worm's head. Pez, you're on
Done it
deck.
before, I'm gonna do it again now. I'm gonna smack it with a sword.
Okay.
Whatever this cantrip's called again. Vengeful Blade. 24.
24
Three,
hit.
sorry, 23.
23 hits.
Okay. 11 points of magical slashing. 8 points of cold. 5 points of necrotic. 11 points of shiny stuff. Radiant.
Oh, shiny stuff. Proud of you.
7 points of thunder. And then I needed to make a Constitution saving throw again, DM. With a negative D6.
Do I roll the d6 or do you roll the d6, Lakin?
You can roll it.
Okay.
Wait, no, roll it.
No,
Don't let
you
him.
roll a 5, you piece of shit.
Yes. I don't know what it's gonna be. Probably still gonna pass, but.
It was a 13.
It fails.
Okay.
The whole fucking worm.
I'm gonna use its second legendary resistance.
I can't have this. I played this whole campaign with this fucking sword, and I have never gotten this to work. God damn it.
Yeah.
And yep, I'm just gonna stay right here. Right where I'm at. Ride cowboy. I'm gonna keep stabbing you with this fucking ability. Until it goes off, goddammit.
Okay, that brings us to Pez. Kasumi, you're on deck.
I don't know why it's snapping. But Cone of Fuego should get worm and flesh baby, right?
How big is it?
15 foot.
15.
Moved.
No, I moved it because since you're saying it's snapping, I was making sure I was wanting to try it myself. Yeah, you'll hit both of them. Dexterity saves. It's gonna be a 21 for the scourge.
Yep.
Which was the scourge? The big worm?
The big worm.
Okay.
And the flesh spliced aberration.
Did you roll a 1?
Yeah, 1.
Did you use legendary action?
No, this is the flesh splice aberration then, and that was a big old fuck me. So maximum damage plus roll damage on the multi-armed corpse.
Flesh baby.
Flesh baby.
So 16 for the total damage for like the maximum. It's 2d8.
Yeah, so starting off with 16.
Yeah. 14 Fuego damage.
So 30.
Sweet 30.
30 total. Nice. Okay. What about Pez?
He's a dude.
I hear he's a pretty swell guy.
Dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
How is Wormius looking?
You're able to see through him in certain places.
I don't like him. Does that mean to say?
No.
No. I don't think you'll hurt his feelings.
Bold of you to assume he has those.
So being big brain with one wrinkle kobold, I'm going to activate my trap card of Pack Tactics. I can roll with fucking advantage. Because that's what Pack Tactics is.
Yeah.
Pack tactics.
Thank God I needed it. That was a natural 1.
Oof.
And 19 plus... I lost it. Where 19 plus 13. Jesus. I assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Cool.
Just a little.
Checking. I want to be sure.
32.
32.
2d10. Inner pointy. Uh, 19 Fuego damage
Okay.
from the multi-tool. Bang.
Bang, bang. Alrighty.
That is Pez, Scorponok, and the turret. That's all we can do.
Okay. That brings us to Kasumi. Moriko, you are on deck.
Okay. Well, Kasumi is a little conflicted because she sees two things to attack now. But she's gonna start attacking this new guy here because now her vision's a little obstructed. She doesn't want to risk hitting Moriko. So she's
I mean,
gonna shoot this other
keep
guy.
in mind that you're 30 feet up. Moriko's maybe 10.
Creature gargantuan.
Right, I
Yeah.
know it's gargantuan, but the clear shot is the one.
So here's the thing. You're 30 feet up. Moriko's like 10 feet tall. And this thing has 30 feet on Moriko. Moriko's not in your way. So
Okay.
if you want to shoot it, you can shoot it.
Okay. I guess I'm just having a hard time realizing how fucking big this thing is.
It's times like this that I wish we were still playing on VTT, where we could like see the
Right.
visual sizes
Like
of
the
everything.
3D model.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fucking swallowing the entire party in one gulp.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll shoot the big fucker. Let's go.
Go for it.
Fokker.
big fucker.
The big
Um,
fucker.
We will bonus action hide beforehand though. Just
As you
to,
do.
Well, actually no, because I get an advantage with my allies right next to it, correct?
No.
Although no, because it's not flanking.
It's not flanking.
Okay, we're gonna hide.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's like that. Except you are maybe to the top of the rocks from what Pez is holding. Yeah.
33. for my
33,
stealth.
goddamn. Yeah, no, you are hidden. I don't think I could roll to see you if I tried. Even with a nat 20, I don't think I'd be able to see you.
Okay. 31 to hit.
That hits. How close was that to a natural 20?
That was a 19.
Ah!
Damn.
Yeah.
I can
was-
take 4 levels in fighter so you can get a true critical.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, just 8 points of piercing. 5 points of poison. Apparently that dice really likes the number 5. And let's see if sneak attack can do more. Do higher numbers. 26 points of sneak attack.
God damn. Okay.
And
Ow.
that's my turn.
Cool. The big spindly arm dude is gonna get to go. The Scourge is not looking good at all. It's got a nice wide chunk taken out of it from that last hit from Kasumi. The arrow just kind of took it, caught a chunk and just took it out with it, leaving a hole.
Jade statue.
No.
Ooh, I am on the wrong page. That
I don't
want to
look at this thing forever, so no.
We'd be dead.
I don't care. You still have to look at it.
It's going to try and hit Zaan with a flesh hook. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Take a d6 off that, Chief.
Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, never mind. What did I say? 23? 19.
Sorry, DM.
No? Okay. Sorry, it has,
Yeah,
it has 2 more
I
attacks
love you,
that it can hit you with.
Lakin. Zaan's riding the creature, blowing Lake and kisses. Mwah!
Okay. It's going to reach out to you with its crushing tendrils. It's going to be a dirty 20.
Take a d6 off that, Chief.
Fuck.
DM's like, I don't
How's
like
a
this.
17 sound? Yes, you.
No,
Okay. Fuck.
sorry.
Last attack is just gonna swipe at you with its claws. Rolled a 2.
Go ahead
Minus
and take a
2.
d6 off that.
I did. It's a minus 2.
DM.
0.
Just barely missed.
What if I added a plus 10?
Just barely missed.
Fuck! I don't want to play anymore.
You get a minus number on your attack roll. Does that mean you damage yourself?
It's so mad about missing. It's gonna use its bonus action Horde Wail.
It's gonna cry to his mommy.
Basically.
Please don't let this thing have a bomb.
Zaan.
I'm good without that.
Zaan, Moriko, and I don't. Is it within 30 feet? Yeah, the Flame Elemental and Scorponok need to make Wisdom saving throws.
Wisdom?
Okay, so it's my wisdom modifier for me.
Kasumi, you as well.
What save am I doing?
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Whoever wants to go first.
28.
Success.
Moriko's a 22. The
Success.
flame elemental is a 12.
Failure.
He not too smart.
Scorponok?
Scorponok got a natural 20, minus 1.
Is that why you were so mad?
Yes,
Okay.
very much so.
Well,
Still
it
an
was
automatic
a success.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. You and the fire elemental are stunned until the end of your next turn. As the piercing shout from this creature echoes through the cavern and it just rattles your brain. You can't do anything but try to cover your ears to keep the sound from damaging your eardrums.
Okay.
But that is its turn, which brings us to Moriko.
have a
DM, you can make
question.
an intelligence save again.
I would love to attempt such a thing. Five.
That's a no.
For which one?
I'm assuming the multi-armed guy.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm whispering in his brain hole.
Okay.
What?
What size is the multi-arm dude?
Large.
Gargantuan? Large?
Large.
Oh. Yay! I'm gonna get in his space.
So Lakin, you said you're
Just gonna
whispering in his.
drown the flesh monkey.
You said you were whispering in his brain hole. What'd you do?
That's my. He has muddled thoughts from the synaptic static, and that's me just fucking with his brain hole.
So it doesn't like what's the effect, or is it just like you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch?
That's your D6 against all your attack rolls, ability checks, and con saves.
Oh, okay, yeah, dope. All right, carry on.
Disappointment. Just reminding him how much of a disappointment he is to his parents.
Yes, your brandly new born self.
You're freshly born into this world, and already you're a fucking failure. All right, Moriko, what are you doing?
Put him back in amniotic fluid, Moriko.
Since I am in his space,
Put that thing back where he came from, or so help me.
I'm gonna use Whelm.
Oh, you're gonna whelm him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need a
Whelm.
strength saving throw.
And what else does he have to do, DM? Or
Do I get to do it?
minus a what?
No, he doesn't subtract that. It's a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
It's only from con saves, attacks, and ability.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, it was already a natural 1, so I was just curious to see how far into the red I would go. God damn it.
Yay! I get to have my fun.
I'm glad somebody does. Actually, you started your turn inside the goo, so I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm still going to allow this -1 or natural 1 to go through, but
Okay. Do you want to roll the cons?
Constitution saving throw, yes, please.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Carry on.
Let me roll my damage! Oh wait, D8. I'm rolling the wrong one.
This is the one with 8 sides.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm here for.
16 points of bludgeoning damage, and because he failed, he is grappled. And until the grapple ends, if the target has a restrained condition and is suffocating unless it can breathe water. And
So,
it takes
is that 16 just rolled?
16. Oh yeah.
So
It's
we have 16
for
plus.
20.
So 16 plus 20?
Yeah.
So 36.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's just glorped.
He is being swept up by the riptide. And if he's still in it by the start of my next turn, he takes suffocating bludgeoning damage. Well, no, it takes more bludgeoning damage at the start of my next turn. I am reading a lot of words.
Story of my life. All right. Is that all you're gonna do? You're just gonna whelm the guy?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Neat.
I'm happy. I'm happy. I got to do that. I'm happy.
Cool.
Drown the baby.
Wow.
Not wrong.
Unsupervised bath time.
Wow.
You only need an inch of water to drown.
Okay, we started the episode by talking about girth, and now we're talking about drowning.
Honey, don't put those in the same thing.
I'm
together.
just gonna start
of
rolling some
life.
dice. Fuck. Okay.
We need a timeout.
It's
And
gonna
that's why we can't be sponsored.
it's gonna try to slam Zaan.
Straight to jail.
26 to hit.
Minus.
Take a d6 off that cheek.
25 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Jackass.
Plus 3 is going to be a 19, DM.
That is a failure. You are knocked prone, and you take 29 points of bludgeoning damage. So
I'm
you
now
are
playing on top of this creature.
you were no longer on top of the creature.
I am now on the ground next to this creature.
Now I get to do things. It's going to try and bite you, which, since you are prone, means advantage.
I am going to use my reaction to Iron Root myself. So I'm going to reduce all my incoming damage by half until my next turn.
Cool. Oh, excuse me. I need a doohickey. 24 to hit.
Just hits.
Take a d6 off that.
I did. I got a 2. Okay, so it does hit. You were laying prone, so I need you to make a dexterity saving throw at a disadvantage.
Oh, that was a really good roll.
Okay, and you did your iron thing, so it's half damage.
That was better. 15, 16, 18 DM. You made me waste a natural 20, you slut.
18 was just what you needed.
Thank God.
God fucking damn it. I want to do things. I want to do the fun stuff. You're not letting me do the fun stuff. Alright, 17, 13, so that's 39. Hang on. I gotta do some weird math here because I also have to have it later. So... it's gonna be... $96 halved. Why is my brain not able to figure this out? It's 40...
48.
48. So 48 points of piercing damage.
So have that to...
That is halved.
Have it again.
Why again?
I have resistance to piercing damage on my chest as well.
Cool.
So 24 points. I think that's how that works, right?
Technically speaking. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go quietly fuck myself.
Still hurt.
Save.
Sorry.
You can make an int save at the end of your turn.
Ooh.
And you're also going to take damage for attacking me.
15.
Still fails.
Sweet.
So he takes...
No.
Shreds up DM. He takes 7 points of radiant and 10 points of necrotic.
How many points of radiant?
I just changed the dice. I don't remember.
7? I think he said 7.
Yeah, sure. Go with that. Say it. Say it!
How do you want to do this?
Yay! When it slams itself down on me, I just hold my sword up.
Still. Just like above your head, like, no!
Protection toothpick.
Okay. So,
I don't want this thing to land on me, but...
So, Moriko.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
The creature that you were holding on to was squirming around trying to break free. But as the scourge goes down on Zaan, and it catches the blade through the roof of the mouth, the creature you are holding goes still. And whatever foul magic or substance that was holding it together is no longer doing so, and it begins somewhat falling apart. All of you, with the help of the somewhat stunned and dazed fire elemental, begin to see the Scourge's body spasming and bloating. It seems to be expanding. Whatever is happening.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to take a d6 off that.
It pulls back and starts to flail around, screaming as its body begins to bloat more and more and more, like a balloon.
Is this like a knoll?
You have a round each to figure out what you were doing before it gets back to its turn. Lakin, you were up first. What are you doing?
Well,
Kill it with fire.
I'm taking my kobold.
And open the fuck
Going
out.
back here. We're gonna go here. One more, Pez. One more.
Oh, sorry.
One more. Okay. And then, well, shit. Can I infer that this thing is about to explode?
Make an insight check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, it's about to go boom.
Okay. I figured I kind of knew that.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
I appreciate the ask and that you were trying to figure out what was going on.
Okay. So, how far away am I from this mother? 5, 10, 15, 20.
You are 70 feet away.
70 feet? I mean, what are the odds?
This is a gargantuan creature.
Fuck you. I'm gonna do action dash with my kobold.
I love that you're saying action dash that way, and I just see Pez's line going back towards the creature.
Get up there. Yep, get up there. Okay, that's my action. I'm going to take the kobold, put him into my jacket, and turn my back towards the gargantuan bomb.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Zaan, you're up.
Hey,
It's not your turn yet.
why not get it? Okay.
We're on turn order. Zaan, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look up since I'm
I
on
go after
prone
the worm.
and look at the ground 90 feet away from me and teleport.
Okay.
Oh, I can't. Is that 90?
That's 90.
Moriko, get the fuck out of there.
And then I have 40
Give me a
more
second.
feet. I gotta use half
Wait a
that
minute.
to get back. I gotta use half that to get back up. So
So you've got
25.
25 left, right?
25.
Because you have 50 feet of movement.
Well, 70. Because I'm first in the initiative order.
Okay, right, whatever.
Seems like fucking. I will go that thing, and then I'll use my bonus action to rabbit hop behind a building over here.
Okay. Now it's Pez. Kasumi, you're up next.
Yay. While I was being rushed away, I would have bonus action told Scorponok to get the fuck out of there. So his max movement speed is 45. And again, it's a bonus action. So as Scorponok's action, because it would still count, right?
Mhm.
I could tell him to action dash as well.
Pretty sure it has the
Another
ability to
45.
action dash. Can't see why it wouldn't.
It
Go, Scorponok.
there.
Go.
There.
Okay, is that
Make
it?
him
For
pronoun.
Pez's action, he's going to open up his wrist gauntlet, type in a bunch of buttons, and detonate the Eldritch Cannon.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh,
what, is that your action to do that?
Yeah, that's Pez's action.
Okay. The
So-
cannon detonates.
It doesn't do anything to the worm.
The worm's already bloating.
Okay, it's not on fire.
I mean, it can be on fire, sure, but it's still
Did it
bloating.
make the explosion worse?
I was hoping to
Oh.
blow it back into this.
It's a
area.
gargantuan creature.
So
You just
Maybe a
lit
small
up
piece
like a
of it.
black cat next to it and is like,
Well, look, kobolds don't look at explosions.
He's too cool.
Kasumi.
I'm still stunned.
Right.
Oh.
All right.
Yep.
That brings us to Moriko then. I might need to help you move because you're kind of inside of a wall.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get here?
And up the roof to
How
shield
much-
Kasumi.
How much movement do you have? Because that was 25 feet to get back to the wall.
30, but she's also going to action dash to, like, at least be in front of Kasumi to take the brunt of the explosion.
Okay. With you action dashing, you would be able to get up to the top of the roof and body block.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Okay. That brings us back to the Scourge's turn.
Boom.
The elemental was stunned, so I wouldn't be able to do anything anyway.
All right. Unfortunately, everyone is still within range. I need everyone
There's
to
a
make
fucking building in between us.
I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that kind of thing. Well, this really is.
Lakin, you're immune to necrotic.
Yeah. I am.
You don't need to do anything.
Oh shit.
So Pez,
And I have the kobold completely covered.
Pez, with that, I'm going to give you advantage. All right. Moriko, what'd you get?
15.
Failure. Kasumi,
17.
also a failure. Pez,
23 for Pez.
success. Zaan,
18 for Scorponok.
Scorponok is a failure. Zaan,
Also rolled an 18.
that's a failure. Okay.
Success.
So, give me a minute. I'm gonna have to roll some dice here.
That's a lot of dice.
It's only gonna be like 20 points of damage, guys. We're gonna be all right.
No, why would you say that? Now it's going to be really high.
All right, it's not 25 points of damage.
I have healing spells and potions and stuff.
I'm just
Okay.
wondering if being behind the building is going to be detrimental now.
You all take, except for Pez and Lakin, you all take 45 points of necrotic damage. You gain 2 points of exhaustion. And except for those two, sorry, let me just continue through. You are thrown 30 feet away as buildings are knocked down from the blast. You are knocked prone. And you suffer from Satyr's Rot.
There's that satyr part again.
Care to explain a little more about that last one?
You mean like Mr. Tomness?
You have no idea what this is, but there is a sickness upon you from this explosion as you were covered in the ichor and the bile and the gore. The very air around this area just becomes completely and totally, utterly polluted. You are hacking, coughing. I need.
You said it was. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You said it was 45 for them?
For those that failed.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
45 points of
misheard.
necrotic damage to Moriko, Kasumi, and Zaan.
Okay.
Also, I need all three of you to lower your maximum HP by 9.
Permanently?
By 9.
Now, would this be Mariko's elemental form or her base form?
That's a good point.
Elemental, I assume.
This would be you. So, you all have that marked down?
Working on it.
Okay. While we get that written down and worked out, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so a super quick break so that we can get, Pez has already taken his night juice, so we're very much on a ticking clock. So, after the initial explosion, with the death of the Scourge, all the buildings begin, and all the fleshy things covering the buildings begin to shrivel up. The creature that Moriko had whelmed before is likewise falling apart even faster now. It's just a pile of bones and discarded clothing items. As this substance around the buildings begins to shrivel up and basically turn to dust and nothingness, it all begins to collapse. The very roads you're standing on are becoming unstable. You're hearing rumblings in the distance as buildings are collapsing in on themselves. The whole area around you is falling. From the ceiling, there's chunks of rubble coming down. You got to get out of the city. So, we're going to have turn by turn as you try to get out. You need a certain amount of successes with some potential failures happening here. So as the buildings are beginning to crumble around you, we're going to go with one person each. Each success and failure per person will count towards the totals here. So think about what your character is very, very good at and how you can assist with helping you and your party get the fuck out of this city. So, what does everyone want to do? You've all kind of split up a little bit. You're away from each other.
I mean, you said we were all prone, correct?
Except for Lakin and Pez, you were knocked prone. This is going more off of successes versus failures.
You know, I'm gonna get up, walk into the middle of wherever we are, and yell, "Gotta fucking leave!"
So you're trying to be a rallying point for everyone to collect onto you?
Sure. Oh well. Question again. What way was out of the city? Was north out or was south out?
This is more just thematic. I'm not so much worried about distance and direction. This is just what are you doing to help get the fuck out?
Rallying point.
So you're being a rallying point. So I need you to make a performance check to see if you can project your voice enough to be heard over everything that's happening.
11.
11. I'm gonna have to count that one as a failure with all the buildings crumbling around you and everyone's ears ringing from the explosion. Moriko, I would say with your passive perception, you would be able to hear him, but it would just be you that heard Zaan saying, "Hey, I'm here." So, that's one person in this group for a round. Who wants to go next?
Lakin raise his hand.
Okay, Lakin, what are you doing to try to help your group get out?
I am still a big, scary bone monster.
I was going to say cuddly teddy bear, but carry on.
Well, Form of Dread is still up.
Yeah.
So I am going to let loose a blood-curdling howl with a green beacon of energy in an attempt to hurry the party along. I'm going to try to intimidate.
Okay. Yeah, make an intimidation check for me. Yeah, of course. And this is going to be going off of everyone's passive perception. So look at your scores and see what you got.
Moriko sees all.
Yeah. What you got?
I have a 20.
Natural 20 plus 10 plus 2.
Okay.
32.
So actually, considering how high that was, I would say that is a success and everyone hears where he is and sees it through the beam. So you're all able to see exactly where... Yep, sorry, just making sure you were good. So you all are now aware of where Lakin is. Pez especially so, because you're fucking right there. All right, so we have a rallying cry. We have a rallying point. Pez, Moriko, Kasumi, whichever one of you wants to go next. Go for it.
I am going to use my perceptive peepers. See from my vantage point where the people are compared to that in the little tiny meh. And after noticing that, I will look for the best path of least resistance that I can perceive.
Okay. You're on top of the building. Most of the buildings around you have been more or less leveled, and you're able to see with the green beacon where Lakin is, and you can see where Zaan is at. He stands out even in the gloom and the dust with his white fur. You've basically got eyes on everyone. So you're going to start trying to corral them in a direction?
In the way that I see is best to go towards.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
I'm good at that.
Yes, Merlin, I'm shaking because I'm rolling dice. Sorry, you do not appreciate that. Math is hard. 29.
That is a success. So you're able to see the direction to go, and you are able to give clear instructions to Zaan and Kasumi saying, that way, go that way towards Lakin. So, speaking of, that brings us to Kasumi/Pez. What are you guys doing?
Kasumi, once she's given the direction, she is going to kind of be ahead of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to grab her rope out of her pack and ready the rope trick spell just in case. Like, if the ground starts to fall out from underneath that, she's going to be able to cast that to give us at least an escape goat so we don't get...
Okay. So at the moment, not particularly helping, but not hindering either. You're kind of waiting. So this will not count towards a success or a failure.
Okay.
Pez.
Yeah, she's just readying that spell.
Okay.
Because of the necrotic mushroom cloud of death and fart juice, I'm going to don my gas mask. And I'm going to shove my nose in the dirt, sniff around for a safe path.
Okay.
Hopefully using survival.
Yeah, make a survival check for me.
Ray.
Let's go.
26.
26. I'm going to count that as a success. Through your own training as a ranger, and it's a little bit hard to sniff through the gas mask, that kind of defeats the purpose in the grand scheme of things, but it makes you feel more connected to the earth and the ground around you, and you're able to see that the fleshiness is dissolving kind of towards the scourge, which leads you to believe that going that way is going to be the best course of action. So that is 3 successes so far. We're on to another round with everyone. So you have all gathered. You're all in one place. Who wants to go first?
Kasumi can go first.
Okay. What are you doing to help the group get out?
She's gonna try to scout ahead.
Okay, so running ahead. Make a survival check for me as you are darting ahead and you're trying to find the safest path through these collapsing buildings and crumbling roadways.
Okay. 5.
5. That is a failure. As you are trying to find the best way to go, the rock gives out underneath you and your ankle rolls. You suffer a -2 penalty on further ability checks until that is treated. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Lakin will go next. Seeing the quick route has failed, I'm going to rely on my strength and bludgeon my way through areas that may have been covered in debris to create a way out.
Okay. I'll let you do do a strength check for me. Just a flat strength check. As he sees Kasumi fall down as the road gives way before her, and he instead makes a hard left and tries to bowl his way through a wall.
25.
That is a success. Okay. So as Kasumi kind of goes down, tumbles a little bit, and gets up limping slightly, Lakin makes a hard left, shoulders through a wall, makes a nice big hole for everyone to follow in after. Who's going next? Oop, okay.
Go ahead, Pez.
Go ahead, Pez.
As we were rallying up, was I able to grab my hat?
It was right beside you. You sent Scorponok into the alleyway with you, and when everyone else was kind of converging on, it's your iconic hat. They're not going to leave Indiana Jones's hat on the ground. They're going to pick it up. So yes, I will say that you have Scorponok's back on your noodle.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
Would I be able to shove a potion of healing into Kasumi as we, I assume, run by?
Yeah, make a
Medicine check?
well, if he's passing it along, make a dexterity check just to make sure that you don't let it slip out of your fingers as you're all running along.
Dex check.
Dex check.
In my most highest skill ever? Okay. Do I even need it? That's a natural 20 plus
Okay.
4.
Kasumi, Pez from the shoulder of Lakin, having seen you take a tumble and you're limping, he chucks you a small healing potion. You down some of it, pour the rest on your ankle. The -2 penalty is gone. You're back to normal.
Well, yeah. Normal.
Well, normal for the sake of what's going on here. You don't have that -2 penalty to your skill checks from here on. Okay.
And the new exhaustion rules are -2 to all checks per level of exhaustion.
Minus 1 point. -1 per level of exhaustion.
Oh, okay. That's not what. Okay.
Okay.
For some reason, I read it was minus. It was 2 times the amount, the levels of exhaustion for the negatives.
I just checked it myself. It's 1 per level.
Yeah, it's 1 per level. That would be broken as shit. That would not be fun.
It's -3 on all checks for those of us that have 3 levels.
Correct. Okay, so Zaan and Moriko, I believe, Zaan, you were raising your hand before. What would you like to do?
Yes, I want to yell at Kasumi to get into fox form and jump in my arms. And I want to cast Greater Restoration on her.
Okay. Kasumi, do you listen to this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So Zaan, for the sake of the argument here, let's do a Arcana check as you are sprinting and casting and catching all at once.
That's not good at all. But that roll was good. I'm at -2, so 19 minus 1, 18.
That's a success. You are able to yell at her, catch her, and do a little healing pat.
So take away 1 level of exhaustion. Any curse that you're afflicted from is gone. Any 1 curse. Any reduction to 1 of the person's ability scores is gone, and then any reduction to your maximum hit points is also nixed.
Not quite.
I'm just reading the spell.
I'm aware of what the spell does. This thing that is afflicting you all is very, very, very aggressive. So you cast Greater Restoration on her?
Yep, so you're at level 2 exhaustion instead of 3, I think.
Okay. So
just the level 2 exhaustion, but it doesn't.
the exhaustion is gone. You feel better, but you're not quite healed. There is a specific set of circumstances that needs to happen here for that to go away. Okay, so that is Zaan. Moriko, what are you doing to help?
Moriko's gonna keep scouting for the best path. She's gonna keep looking.
Staying in your
for the
water
best
form?
path. Yeah,
Okay.
and also just like scouting for like the most sturdiest path. She's trying to like be
Yeah.
perceptive as fuck here.
I'm just making sure that I know what form you're in, because
Yeah.
that can influence some of the stuff that I'm doing here. So do another survival check for me.
$24.
24 is a success. Okay. Through your watery form being able to slip in and out of different cracks and crevices, you're able to worm your way through, and through a very, very thin wall, you're able to find another space where it opens up again, and there's a nice long stretch, and you call back to Lakin, who just goes for your voice and shoulders through the wall again, and that's how he breaks through and everyone is able to follow after you, essentially. So, we got another round to go through here. Looking good so far. Who wants to go first? As you can see the outer edge of the city at this point for how you've been running. So Moriko, you want to go first. What are you doing?
I'm gonna keep scouting and finding the path.
Okay, do another survival check for me.
$26.
26, that is another success. So once again, you were able to find the clearest path available. It's a little bit difficult with how your form is to know what's really stable on foot, but you're able to see around and get through the tinier, thinner gaps to say, this is blocked off, come back out, go a different direction. You're able to pick the best path for that. So, who wants to go next? Pez, what you got?
Can I, investigation a proper footing so people don't trip and break their ankle again?
Okay, so you're standing on the back of Lakin's shoulders, hat up high because it's dark and you can see everything, and you got fucking the high beams are on. Yeah, make an investigation check for me.
Pack tactics work?
It's not really combat.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. 18.
18? 18's still a success.
Cool.
You're charging along, and you see that Lakin is kind of looking for good places to go through, and you see that there's some of the bricks are kind of caved in slightly, and you just kind of like grab his head and tilt him a little bit to steer him away from the hole so he doesn't just go straight into it. So yeah, that's going to be a success. Who wants to go next? Okay, Zaan, what you want to do?
Cast Gust of Wind in the direction we're running.
Okay.
So it's a strength saving throw, but that's if people don't want it to happen.
So are you using it to just clear the air, or are you using it to push people further, like keep them going faster? How are you trying to implement this?
Is the air still cloudy around us?
It's dusty. Buildings are collapsing all around.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, then yeah. I was gonna use it to push us, but if we're having trouble seeing, then I'll do that instead.
Okay, so do another Arcana check for me.
I hate those. I'm not good at those. It was 15.
15 is just what you needed to succeed.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so from behind, you hear Zaan just kind of clapping his hands together, and this rush of wind, it distracts some of you a little bit who have longer hair. It kind of blows from behind and like covers your eyes a little bit, but when your hair finally settles down, all the dust has been blown away, and you see a nice clear roadway in front. You're starting to be able to see the bridge that you would come in on, and the buildings are starting to crumble closer and closer to that particular part of the area, so there's some urgency here. Right. Lakin, Kasumi, which one of you? Lakin wants to go next? Okay.
As we are running, I'm going to attempt something insane.
Go for it.
I'm going to let out salvos of my Eldritch Blasts to influence where the buildings will fall away from us.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Let's see how it plays out, damn.
Make an insight check for me to see if you can figure out which buildings are the most in danger of falling in front of you, and if you can pick the right spots.
17.
17. That's a success. Okay, you guys are doing good. So, sprinting through, you see a building that looks like it might tip the wrong way, so you throw an Eldritch Blast and knock out the back corner, and it falls away from you instead of into your path like it looked like before. All the while, Pez is also pointing out different places where you can step and where you might want to go and look. Kasumi.
He really can't do much in fox form, so...
You can give a rousing chirrup of foxy
What does the fox say?
Fox needs a nap. That's what the fox needs right now. So she's just gonna
Be extra
stay on the
fluffy and cuddle
shoulder.
me.
Okay.
And try not to fall off the shoulder.
Okay. So, you all are running towards the bridge. As the buildings around you, behind you, the whole city is just collapsing. As you get to the bridge, those of you that are running, so Kasumi and Pez, this is not you. I need the other three of you to make dexterity saves as you're running across the bridge, and it begins to collapse underneath your feet.
I'll do one better. I'm going to use my ropes to teleport.
Okay. So Zaan says,
If you teleport,
Can
do
you
you take
bring
me
people?
with you?
You're on me, so I'm guessing so.
Well, that's not how teleportation works.
No, you can't teleport with creatures.
Fuck you, Kasumi. Bye.
No, if I know that, I'm not going to do that. I mean, rabbit
She's
hop
not
then.
an object.
So we'll use
Don't
rabbit hop.
objectify me, okay?
You've been objectified, Fox.
Zaan will use bunny feet.
Honey, confirm this just so.
So, Zaan, if you're doing that, I need you to make an acrobatics check for me.
A fucking natural 20. Let's go.
Okay, so got Zaan with a natural 20. Moriko.
Natural 20.
Okay. Lakin.
Natural 20.
Are you fucking serious? 3 natural 20s.
I'm gonna take a picture of it, so you know I'm not full of shit.
I mean, I just saw that you had Kasumi look over and make sure that it was legit. I just can't believe 3 natural 20s in a row. Okay, so in the most epic of cool guys don't look at explosions, slow motion, you're all running. Lake and Moriko, you're kind of in front. Moriko, you're in front of everyone. The bridge starts to go underneath you, and just out of habit, you just jump and stretch in your watery form, grab the edge, and you know how like when you have that semi-viscous fluid where you start to pour it and then you stop and it just comes out anyway? Like an egg yolk. You kind of do that, you latch on, and the rest of your body just kind of like slurps back to where your hand is. So you don't really jump, you just kind of latch on and like reform across the bridge. Lakin, you are just chugging along and you just Superman jump over it. And as you're, well, not Superman jump, you jump, the rocks give out underneath you. There is a chasm beneath your feet and you're making it. You're so happy. A shadow passes over your head. You glance up as you're coming back down and Zaan's just, hi, over your head.
Just one arm holding Kasumi, the
Yeah.
other arm waving.
He's got the football and he's just the Heisman over. You all land. Moriko getting there first, reforming. She loops an arm out, cushions the fall of Lake and reaches higher to make sure Zaan doesn't fall and hurt himself further. You make it across. You look back across the chasm. All the lights that were in those buildings have all gone out. And Lakin, you're probably the one that can see the furthest. There's not much of the city left. There's some pyres standing up, but that whole flat plateau has basically collapsed in on itself. Either from the tunnel network, wherever the Scourge has been digging and burrowing up through the ground, you're not really sure, but the city doesn't exist anymore. So, you are all... Sorry, say again?
Not only did we kill the Scourge, we killed a city.
I'm pretty sure there was a
That's
prison
impressive.
Wait, you're pretty sure there was what in there?
in there. There was a prison in there.
Oh, a prison.
At least one.
Oh! I get it. Because you burned down a prison. Yeah.
I didn't. That wasn't me.
Yeah. Okay. So, I believe that's a good place where we can end for tonight. As you all try to collect yourselves, let the adrenaline seep out of your systems. You're still underground, but so far that you can tell, problem's been handled. So, any other questions, comments, concerns before we sign off?
Okay. Thank you all. Yes, aha to you too. Thank you all for watching, listening. Be safe. See you the next time we go live, and we'll see where this takes our adventurers. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks for listening to the Fools and Flagons podcast. If you enjoyed this past adventure of the Tales of Archeron, you can catch us live on Fridays at twitch.tv/Fools and Flagons.